I created this theme to avoid copyright. I created this theme to avoid copyright. I created this theme to avoid copyright. Welcome to Grandpa's World. All right. All right. Hello, everyone. Grandpa the Nerd here. Grandpa the Nerd here. I'm waiting for Michael J to fix his camera. So, just me for the moment. But he's here. He's down. Well, you can't see him, but he's here. As soon as he gets his camera situation fixed. I hear him, but I don't see him. Here, I'll let you guys see what I'm looking
I'm
at.
here. I'm just trying to get this
It's all
fucking.
blurry. He's had this.
Ah!
He's had this. He's had this set up for like 2 months now. He still can't get it right.
There. That shit fucking.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Good night.
How? Where did this? Am I here?
Yeah, I hear you fine,
You
but
can
your
hear me, right?
Oh, I hear you clear as a bell, but your little
It's
picture is
You know
messed
what it is? It's this goddamn. Hold on. Let me look and see what the hell. Cause it's this. Hold on. All right. So what's this fucking? It's these fucking iPhone buttons. That's
Hey.
what keeps fucking this up. I'm like, it's the fucking iPhone buttons, dude. iPhone is the fucking. I love it and I fucking hate it all at the same time. Because there's all these fucking buttons on the side of it. There's like all these fucking buttons that you just don't know and you can't fucking touch shit. It's like if you touch the fucking things once. Now my video is fucking frozen.
Now you're frozen. Now you're
What the
frozen.
fuck?
Technical difficulties, man. Only with you.
Oh my god, this goddamn thing. I swear to God. It's this
Not me.
tripod and this thing, and it's like. Here, wait, here I am. This has got to be it. Okay. There.
He's had this set up. He's had this set up with his iPhone
Fuck it.
for like months, and it still always screws it up.
Fuck it. It's there. I think it's okay now. Whew. Okay. Now we're good. Thank
Yeah,
God.
he was calling us a couple queers, but he was the one that had the sheriff staring
Yes.
in his house all day today.
Oh, really? A
Yeah,
sheriff? What
the
the
sheriff
fuck was
was
up
sitting
with
right
that?
across the street. I look out. There's this SUV outside. I look out the window, and it's unmarked, but it's got the county plates. I said, "Ooh, there's a sheriff out there." So I messaged him. I said, "I think the sheriff's
Oh.
watching you." He says, "Yeah, he's staring in my window."
I've dealt with those before, so I know, you know. Those unmarked cars, they love to be snoopy.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
thought maybe they were serving him a warrant.
Oh boy.
Well, they would only need one officer for him
That's
because he ain't going anywhere fast. So
yeah, when I got served, there was only one. When I got served by Wells Fargo and they were suing me because of debt consolidation garbage.
wait, you were
There was
doing debt
only a female
consolidation?
sheriff that came out.
They sued you
I
because you
I
were doing.
was doing debt consolidation.
Well, I
Well,
thought that.
no. See, when I did the debt consolidation, like all of my other, I think I had like 3 accounts that were enrolled in debt consolidation. So, of the 3 accounts, one of those was Wells Fargo. And Wells Fargo decided not to negotiate with the debt consolidation company. So they served me they served me, and and then I called the debt consolidation company, and everything was situated. If anybody's on X, there was an idiot who got those records and posted them on X. They might still be there somewhere. Um,
So you
that
had to deal with
that
them separately, or did they eventually let you do the
oh
debt?
no, they eventually let me do the debt consolidation, but then I ended up filing for the bankruptcy for other purposes, and I just got screwed. And I don't know what the hell happened to my camera because I'm not touching it, and it just
And we'll
all of a
just
sudden went.
we'll pretend today. Well, the blur went away. I was to say we could pretend you're on that you're in witness protection, so it's all blurry.
Yes, well,
There was a show on
I
there was a show on Cartoon Network, Adult
mhm,
Swim. What was it? The
yes.
guy wore a mask. His whole family wore masks. I forgot the name of the show. It was fucking hilarious, and they had their voices altered. I forgot the name of the show, but it was on It was on Adult Swim. It was really good. It was really good. I'm
Well,
unzipping the
I will
Boondocks right now.
the
Yeah,
Boondocks.
for the
I
network.
will say that after oh, nice. Yes, well, after not next week, but the week after next week, I should have better internet than what I'm dealing with now, so
Okay, that works. Well, hopefully. You're still programming the channel for the
oh,
weekend, right? I didn't make those videos for nothing.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that will I will start that again on Saturday,
Okay. Because I was going through your
so probably
IMDb. Well, I was not going through yours IMDb, but I was on IMDb and it showed who people I recently looked at, and it was you. And I was like, I looked at your page and you haven't done anything with it like I told you to. But I was going to call you a slacker
oh,
tonight.
with the oh, well, no, see, okay, here's the thing. If you go to IMDb Pro here, you know what? I'll 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 see if I can do this, and I'll see if I can share my screen because I have the IMDb Pro account.
Uh huh.
So if you go to IMDb Pro, my my page is a little different than on regular IMDb. So I'll show that to you if I can bring it up. I'm going there now. I don't have to start a free trial. I have an account.
Well, I have them.
Signed in.
I have a page. I just don't pay. But I don't think I can see you.
Right. Well, that's the thing with IMDb Pro.
I
You
found.
have to. You have a page.
But it doesn't say anything about your camp out.
But I don't
Or
know if
anything.
you can.
That's what I'm saying. You were supposed to
Here,
put all
let me
that in
see if.
there, but I let it go. I was gonna call you a slacker, but I was like,
Right.
nah,
Well,
I'll
see,
let
the
it.
thing is, because you. Well, see. w- Well, here's the thing with IMDb. You can't just add. You can only add like movies or titles on IMDb Pro, like that are self-credited. Anything else, they have to be verified, like have public coverage somewhere. Like
Delocated.
that's why, like with
My buddy Jason. I went to high school with this guy. Yeah, that Delocated. It was on Adult Swim. It was fucking hilarious. That was the show I was referring to.
ah, let's see,
Yeah, I
because it
went to
does
high
say
school
that
with
I
him.
am nice. Where the hell? Okay, here it is.
See, what
Yes,
I
let me
don't
just make
understand
sure that it says this here.
what I don't understand is
Oh, my star meter.
the star fucking thing. I don't get that.
The star meter? Yeah, I know. Mine's
I don't understand that because it
mine's
says
low.
mine says like 1 million something. I don't know what that means. I don't believe for 1 second, 1 fucking second that fucking 1 million people, 1.3 million people have looked at my page. I'm not buying that. So I don't know what it means.
Is this? Let me see if that's. Hold on. Let me just see, because I'm looking at my page. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. All right. So here, let me go to E. Oh no, wait. EV Monks is here. All I have to do is share the screen, right? Yeah, right. Disable camera, no. Share screen, yes. Okay. So I'm sharing. Now, can you see it?
Let me look. Well, you
Now,
need to
see,
share
these are
it.
like
Oh, here it is. I added it to
previous.
the screen.
Oh,
Blow it. Let's blow it up. Yeah, see, it's just
see,
those.
so
You need to,
previous credits. Yeah.
all right, but you need to figure out
No,
how
but
to
then
get
if you go
those.
down,
But that doesn't show up on your page though.
yeah, see? Yeah, I know, because it only shows up on IMDb Pro.
Well, but you need
So
to
you
figure out
have to
how
have an
to.
IMDb Pro account that I I can't put these on my regular page because there's no website coverage or articles about them that they can verify their existence.
Okay, I get the Horlick stuff, but the other
So
stuff,
that's
the Friday the 13th Return to Crystal Lake, wasn't that like, I don't know. I think that's ridiculous, but okay. If that's the way they're going to be, that's the way they're going to be. At least
yeah,
you got your picture. At least you got
that's
your damn picture. Fucking, I don't get my picture because I don't pay. I don't know why they got to be
yeah.
that way. Like,
I don't know why either, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's stupid.
gee, where's
I
my?
think it's stupid.
Yeah, it's very stupid. It's
I
stupid, and
think it's
it's
like
I mean, I get they need to make money.
well, see it.
I understand they need to make money. I get that. I'm not. I would never.
Mhm.
I'm not one of those kind of people who bemoan about fucking people making money. You want to make money, that's cool. I get it, but at some point you got to be like, well, because see, it's nothing. It's just my name, and then and some a little bit of information, but there's no freaking there's no. I mean, not that I'm good
I'm
looking or
su-
anything, but shit, like I wish just.
but I'm
You know,
surprised they don't let you add a picture. They should let you add a picture. I don't know why they don't.
I know.
That's
They
weird.
need to like make something else be pro, or at least let you pay like $1, a one-time $5 fee to get a picture. They'd still make money. Because I'm not the reason why I don't pay. The reason why I don't pay for it is because the reason I don't pay for it is because I don't do anything. I'm not an actor, so I don't need people aren't gonna look for me. Once in a blue moon, I'll get an email from somebody
Right.
and they'll say, "Hey, I'm a I make music or I do this," and they want to give me samples and say, "Hey, and you could use me for your project." And it's like I'm not that kind of a producer, so I don't know why they, but other than the occasional spam, I don't really get anything.
Hmm.
So it's like I don't want to pay the money because it's like $100 a year or
Right.
something, and I don't want to throw away
Well,
$100 for just my picture.
I just pay 20 a month because it's fucking and I only pay it so I can have access to fucking managers and agents and all that type of shit. If I didn't want that access, I wouldn't fucking pay
Well, no, I mean,
because,
I'm not gonna hate on anybody who does pay for it. I just don't have a use for it because, if more people in the indie scene at least, were like, wanted to put me in their movies or something, I would do it. I would pay, but I don't. So there's no sense, I'm not gonna be in anybody's films. So I
Oh
don't.
well, you're an actor. Don't shortchange yourself. You're an
Not
actor.
yet. Not yet. It hasn't started yet.
No. Yes, but we can call you an actor. I'm calling you an actor. So you are an actor because I've made it so.
So I'm gonna start the show off
Mhm.
and probably continue throughout agitating people, but I have to do it. I have to do it
Mhm.
because I'm starting to think people truly are stupid. Now, you may be asking yourself, what
Great.
do you mean? I know, what do you mean? Well, I'll explain it to you.
Mhm.
For starters, everybody's talking. I don't know if you're on how much internet you do, because with your movies and programming and, having
Mhm.
to move and all that, maybe you don't surf a lot, but Facebook is full of this goddamn exploding tree bullshit, right? Oh, exploding trees, exploding trees.
Floating.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Well,
I've
see,
never
this is
heard
what
of
I'm
it.
talking about. The sap in the trees and the moisture in the trees when it gets really cold, like what we're
Mhm.
gonna have here, it can cause trees to explode. But
No
not
shit.
explode. They'll crack, they can make noise. But my point here is, regardless if you know about it or not, people are acting like it's something new.
Mhm.
Like, instead of being like, "Oh, they're making a big deal about it." And it's like, dude, it's like somebody posted yesterday, "Are they gonna cancel school tomorrow?" And some guy said, "Well, I don't know why they would cancel school. In the 80s, I lived in Green Bay, and it would be colder than this, and I still went to school." And somebody came on there
Mhm.
and goes and did the LOL and said, "Yeah, but that was the 70s and 80s. This is today." So I replied with, "And?" Of course, they didn't bite, but I'm like, "So what's the difference?" So what you're telling me is in 1980, -20 wasn't as cold as it is in 2026? I could have swore that -20, no matter where you are, -20 is negative fucking 20. It doesn't matter. So
Mhm.
if a kid can walk to school or get on the bus and go to school in 1985 when it was -10, why can't they go to school in 2026 at -10? So basically, what that guy said in his post saying it's not the 80s anymore makes me think he just admitted that kids nowadays are soft. And I guess they like it that way. I say, bundle your little ass up
Mhm.
and go to fuck the school. But I'm an asshole, so that separates me. But there's nothing when these kids grow up and it's -20,
Mhm.
-15, are they gonna be able to not go to work? It doesn't work that way. School's supposed to teach them about the real world, but yet, "Oh, it's cold, let's keep them home." I don't get it. I don't get it. But yet no one cares
Yeah.
that there's no but yet we still haven't seen the list. We'll protect them from the cold, but not the predators. It's a weird world we live in.
Mhm. Yeah.
Any everybody wants to
Doesn't make
see.
sense.
Yeah. What's his name? Sean Ryan had somebody on the other day and was talking about the list thing. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just saying people
Mhm.
haven't forgotten. People haven't forgotten. But I just don't understand. So it's like people I got a friend who lives in Winnipeg, and he was talking about how it's like -30, and that's normal for
Oh.
Winnipeg in the winter. And that's what I'm saying. It gets cold here. Now in Wisconsin and some now I understand the people in the South. I'm not gonna give them any shit. Because if you live in Texas or Missouri or fucking Arkansas or something and you're getting ready to be hit with freezing cold, like, 10 degrees, not negative, but positive 10 or 20 and some snow,
Mhm.
I get that. They didn't sign up for that kind of weather because, well, they live in the South. So I'm not they're not the ones I'm complaining about. I'm complaining about the fools
Right.
that live up north and act like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be the worst." Then they hoard the grass. It's like every time it snows here. Every time it fucking snows here. Good luck at the grocery store. It's like the end of the world. You can't. The grocery store's packed. Like you can't drive in the snow. You can't drive in the. You've lived in Wisconsin all your life. Can't fucking drive in the snow. I grew up in Georgia. I drive just fine in the fucking snow. People act fucking retarded. They fucking think,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, it's going to be cold. It's going to snow. End of the world. Go to the grocery store. I don't know why people act like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, people in Texas, people in Arizona, people like that, when it gets frigid cold, yeah, they need to prepare because their infrastructure is not set up. You know, these people may end up, you know, losing power. They don't have snow plows. They don't have salt trucks. I get that. To them, they're not part of this conversation because I understand it. But people in the north need to quit acting like it's the end of the world because it's going to be cold and snow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you lived in Pennsylvania all your life. Am I correct?
Basically, yes.
Yeah. Does it snow in Pennsylvania?
It does. We're supposed to have a blizzard starting Sunday, so.
So whenever the weather report says it's going to snow, do you have anxiety and have to rush out? And are you like, is it the end of the world for you?
No, but I know that there's some people that actually do, but I could care less because
If you live in Pennsylvania and you're worried about cold and snow, but you move there from North Carolina, I'm not talking to you. So you can get like you can stop getting upset. Oh, why is this fucker picking on me? I'm not picking on you. Picking on the people who've lived there their entire life. Your entire life. It's like when there's people, you see people driving in the snow around here and they're like all over the place and they're not. It's like, dude, are you new here? So no, so that upsets me. So I just wanted to tell people quit being such fucks pansies. It's gonna be cold. Okay. I took out the trash. Okay, you know how cold it is? Man, it's my body's not used to the cold. It gets cold here. But I went and put I put my garbage cans out. Tomorrow's garbage day. So I put my garbage cans on the street.
Mm-hmm.
I was outside for maybe 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, maybe about 2 minutes. I had the worst headache back here.
Right.
Because of the cold. Now, that's the kind of stuff people can complain about because you know, I would have had to I wasn't going to bundle up with a scarf and do all that stuff just to take the garbage to the end of the curb because my driveway is like I don't have no John Holmes driveway. I've got a, you know, little pecker driveway. So there's like enough room. You can only park 2 cars in my driveway. If somebody else pulled in, they would be blocking the sidewalk, which is illegal.
Ooh.
So,
yeah.
You know, so I have a small driveway and so I don't have far to go. So I was going to put the scarf, bundle up. So if I had put a scarf on, I wouldn't have got the headache because the cold air wouldn't have been inhaled. But it's just
but that
I didn't grow up here. I grew up in Georgia. When it snowed in Georgia, everything was shut down. That's what I'm saying. I've lived on both sides. You know, in Georgia when it would get cold and it would snow, things would get canceled, but we weren't prepared for that. We didn't have the infrastructure for that. So I get it. But I was telling my wife, we were talking about this yesterday, and she said the same thing. When she was a kid growing up in Chicago, she walked to school. And back in the day, she said some areas didn't have the rules yet about having to clear the snow. So if you didn't want to clear your sidewalks, you didn't have to. And she said she'd, be this little ass kid and walking in, 10 inches of snow and you can, all the way up to her knees. But she still went to school. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know why children aren't, I don't want to say babied, but they need to, there's certain things that they should just have to deal with, And I don't think cold weather, should keep them home. Ice, maybe ice. An ice storm or something, I'd be down with them staying home for that because you can fall and get hurt. I think everybody should stay home when there's fucking ice storm. Everybody. But I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this and just being an asshole. I don't know. I wanted to move on to part 2 of me being an asshole. Now, I'd like to show it, and I can't because YouTube is full of assholes and cunts. So I would get copyrighted strike for showing. We would get a copyright strike for showing a fucking trailer, which is bullshit. So I'm not going to show the trailer, but the He-Man trailer.
Okay.
The He-Man trailer launched today. And I want to say this.
I didn't watch it, but I saw that it launched.
Okay, but I would love to show it to you, but I don't want to get a copyright strike because I showed you a trailer that was designed to be shown to the public, but yet they would copyright me for the music and the imagery.
I mean, you
So
can.
we're not showing it.
Well, you can show it. We can just dispute it.
I'm not.
I won the last dispute.
You want what for? What? What did you dispute last time?
Well, Rabbit and Red. I think we got flagged for trailers or something, or some clip or something, and we won it.
I mean, I'm not worried
if you
about
dispute and
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, because if you dispute and they don't, what the hell is it? And they don't like contest it within like 30 days, then it's just dropped, and that's what happened. And the video was like reinstated, like it was blocked or partially blocked, but then it was reinstated like fully. So it was that first Rabbit and Red with Murray, I think, that got hit hard.
Oh, okay. So, but anyway, I don't know. I just want to say this. You need to see the trailer. I thought the trailer was really good. Now, there was a few things. There was only really one thing that kind of bugged me the most. And that was Castle Grayskull. It's Castle Grayskull. You know what? Fuck it. Let me see if I can find the trailer. If we get pinched, we get pinched. We can YouTube, Facebook will probably just mute it, and then, but that gets according to what you said in or not what you said. 30 days. They pull it anyway in 30 days.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll still be on Rumble and Kick and all that stuff. So.
Damn, Disney just launched a teaser. Okay, I got to see this. So we're all gonna.
What did they do?
We're all gonna watch this. It's a trailer for Star Wars. I didn't know this. See, I don't really pay attention to a lot of shit, so I didn't know this was coming. So we're gonna watch
Star Wars for who?
Well, you're about to find out. You ready?
I'm very excited.
Let me share it. All right. Let me blow it up. If we get pegged, we get pegged.
Yes.
All right. So let me play this first.
10.
It's not available. Great. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. But let me go to He-Man.
No.
All right. I wonder whose trailer I should use. But anyway, you see there's a mall. Well, does IGN have it? No. That's weird. Okay. Well, here, let's just, we'll just use, we'll do Rotten Tomatoes. None of this is available right now. Must be because I'm sharing my screen. I bet you it's because I'm sharing the screen. We're going to do it. Now I gotta do a test. I think Facebook is cracking down. Now, let me see. Yep. I don't know if you can hear it.
No, I can't hear it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Ain't that a crock of shit? This is what's wrong with fucking corporate America. They don't suck enough balls. They don't throw
No, I
enough
don't
cock.
get that.
Yeah, I just tried
Oh.
to share 2 movie trailers on Evu Mux, and it said content not available. As soon as I stopped sharing the screen and refresh the page, I could play them.
Mm-hmm.
They are so up fucking tight. These motherfucking prick cocksucking sons of bitches who make hundreds of millions of dollars a year, and the little bitch
Mhm.
babies can't even let someone have 2 minutes to share a fucking trailer.
Nope.
That makes them no fucking money to begin with because it's a fucking trailer.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. This is why I tell people, and they come after me. They can fucking come after me all they want. Pirate your shit, man. Pirate your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just like today.
Mhm.
Just like today. You know what the government did today?
Mhm.
They passed a law
What did they?
where if the police think you're incapacitated, let's say the police think you're drunk.
Right.
Any car made in 2026 and beyond can have they're going to put in a kill switch so the police can shut your engine off. They won't do it on motorcycles because that could cause an accident.
No shit.
They're going to be, yeah.
Mhm.
Massey, a real Republican, Massey fucking put in a bill today to take that part out. 57 Republicans sided with the Democrats to enable a kill switch. So unless Trump or somebody fucking vetoes this shit, new cars are going to have kill switches. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, you know, it's for drunk driving. And I understand that. But I'm not one of you motherfuckers who want to give up a right or a privilege to protect the masses. Because why am I going to be punished because Joe Blow can't fucking stop drinking and driving? That's not a me problem. Now, they'll abuse this.
I agree.
They'll abuse this. You know, if they think you're drunk or you've done so, they'll use it. So there'll be no more high-speed chases. Now, am I all for no high-speed chases? Of course I am, but not at the cost of it being abused. So now they put that, they're going to be able to put kill switches in cars. What kind of world do we live in? What kind of world do we live in? You know, I lived in a world back in the day, which is not too far back.
Wow.
And there were these people, they were called the militia, and everybody hated on them because they hated the government. Both sides. They hated both sides. And look at them now. I don't think those guys exist. Now they're all fucking pansies who fucking pick a side and act like babies. Where's the people who fucking are tired of the government fucking with you? Where? And it's bleeding out everywhere. How is it possible I can't share a fucking movie trailer? I mean, come on now. I understand sharing a film. Look, I know. Yeah. Should I share an entire film? No. I may be telling people to pirate stuff, but I'm also not going to go and fucking go on Facebook and YouTube and splash everything that I've ever pirated under the sun for free. I'm not going to do that. But I'm also not going to worry if I show a movie that's 80 years old and you can't buy anyway. That's another part too. They take everything away from you. But anyway, my point here is, I don't understand why we can't show a trailer. Like, there's no money to be made. Now I know the channels can get views. Like Rotten Tomatoes can make money on the views they get. But why does Rotten Tomatoes get to show the video? Oh, because they work with Hollywood, so they get to show the video. Why doesn't the studio who created He-Man put it on their page and not allow anybody else? See what I'm saying? You know,
right.
The people
and just have other people embed their video.
Right. The actual people who get on their knees and let Hollywood fuck them in the mouth, those are the ones who get to show the stuff. And guys like you, me, and other people, we don't get to show anything because we're nobodies. And I understand we're nobodies, but what the fuck? Why can't we show a trailer? It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. But anyway, if I could show you, I don't know if there's even a picture of it, but let me see if there's even a picture of it. Cause it looks really cool. Okay, it looks really cool,
Mhm.
but it looks underwhelming at the same time. And let me see if there is a picture of it on the intranet. On the
I'm a big
interwebs.
fan of the '87 movie, so I'm scared of this.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest here and tell you
Mhm.
I couldn't stand. I didn't. Well, it's not that I hated it. I wasn't a big fan of the original. I do have it on DVD because it came in my box set with all those Canon films. I don't hate
Mhm.
it. I was upset that it took place on Earth, and to me, it just didn't. It didn't click with me as a kid.
See,
You know, because it did. Hold on, I keep spelling wrong because I'm an idiot. I couldn't get. Okay,
it
here it
was
is.
definitely one of those that I saw in the theater and it fucking
Well, anyway. I didn't. The movie. I didn't hate it, but I really liked Frank Langella's.
Mhm.
Uh, I really did like Frank
Oh,
Langella's. His his uh his uh. God damn it. His portrayal of Skeletor. I didn't like the way he looked, but he did a good job portraying him.
mhm.
So
Yeah. No, he did.
right, but the movie didn't click with me. Like I said, I didn't hate the movie, but I also
Mhm.
didn't like it. It was okay. So I'm hoping this one's better, but here's the picture of the castle. Now, I think that looks
Ooh,
I think it looks cool, but at the same time, the toy
I like it.
the image of the toy just feels
Mhm.
it just I don't know. Let me get a picture here from the comic, and it just feels different. You know, I'm not trying to be the old man on the fucking clouds here, but it feels
Mhm.
the new one feels different. So I'm gonna bring up a original art render of the first one. So here is the original from the animate from not the
Oh, wow.
show, but from the toy line. To me, to me that looks. I want to make it fully clear that this
Mhm.
looks cool. I like the way it looks, but compared to this, it's underwhelming.
Yeah.
It's plain
Yeah.
white.
No, it is.
Yeah. But I don't hate it. I know people will be like, "Well, you hating on it." I don't hate it. I think it looks fucking cool as hell, but it's also underwhelming
Mhm.
at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. No, I get that.
here's my biggest gripe with all these little buttheads on the fucking internet. The f-
Mhm.
when the trailer opens, it shows He-Man behind the desk. I guess it starts off him being on Earth. I guess he doesn't feel like he fits
Mhm.
and he's looking for his sword. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And I'm willing to wait and see. But he's sitting at his desk, looks bored as hell, but it says his name. And under on his nameplate on his desk, it has his name. And underneath his name, it says he/him. And everybody is screaming, "Oh my god, the new He-Man movie is going to be so woke. Man, let me cry some more tears." Why don't they wait and fucking see? Because the way it looked, as soon as they showed that, they showed him get called into HR. Maybe they're making fun of
Mhm.
society today and this pronoun bullshit. So maybe it doesn't have anything to do with being woke. Maybe they're just poking fun at it. Plus, his name is He-Man. So I
Right.
think it's a joke. We'll have to wait and see when the movie comes out. But that's my first gripe. Everybody's acting butthurt over.
When does it come out?
I think it comes out in June. I think it
Ooh.
comes out in June. Bu- 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 Ah, it's not called He-Man. Why do I keep saying that? It's Masters of the Universe.
Yes.
Okay, Masters of the Universe. Yeah, June 5th of this year.
June 5th.
So,
oh wow.
Right. So I'm willing to give it a shot. Yes, they race swapped Man at Arms. I don't care. I like Idris Elba. I don't care. As long as it's, good actor, I don't care who plays the part. And then I did make a comment on Murray's post about, I guess Tila is adopted, because in the animated show, Man at Arms was Tila's dad. I did some research. Man at Arms adopted Tila. So he can still be her daughter, even though he's going to be black, because she was adopted to begin with. So race swapping him's not really going to cause a problem in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, there's going to be a lot of people out there who don't like it because, everybody's a dickhead. But I think it's pretty cool. I like Idris Elba. Mm-hmm. I wanted him to be Bond. I wanted him to be James Bond. And it never happened. So
yeah, I could have went with that.
But I'm also would be cool with him being a bad guy. Because I think the last person of color who was a bad guy in a James Bond film was Yaphet Kotto. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But I think it was Yaphet Kotto.
I want to say I think you're right. The more I'm thinking about it, I think you're right.
Yeah, Yaphet Kotto was Dr. Conga, Mr. Big. And then in Dr. No, we had a half Chinese, half German. T.E. Johnson in Live and Let Die. So, yeah, we've had, but I think for being black, I think the last black bad guy was Yaphet Kotto. So if you're not gonna make Idris Elba James Bond, then make him a bad guy. The dude's British, for God's sakes. Make him a fucking bad guy. He'd be a good bad guy. I mean, I would end up probably rooting for him because I like the dude. I haven't seen anything. There was one movie he did that I shied away from. I didn't watch it. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I should. I don't know. It looked hokey to me. The one where that family's on safari and they're being attacked by a lion or something. I forgot the name of the film. It doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of it either.
But I don't hate on actors who do bad movies here and there because they're actors. What look good? Sometimes something looks good on paper, and then it gets made, and it's not what was on paper. So I don't begrudge actors when they make bad movies because it happens. Bad movies I always blame on the writer. He gets first blame, always the writer. And then the second blame I give would be the director. And then depending on if it was a special effects kind of thing. Because people are bitching about the CGI in He-Man. Oh, it looks like an AI movie. Like, oh, here we go. I know I complain a lot. I know I do. But for God's sakes, I only do it on this show or on my radio show. I stay off other people's posts. I don't complain on other people's posts. That's what I have a problem with social media. You want to post all the bullshit you want on your page and hate on things? I'm all for that. But when somebody who's a fan of like He-Man makes a post and they say, "Oh, I'm excited for this trailer. I'm excited. This trailer made me excited for the movie. I can't wait." And then 100 people come in there and fucking shit on his parade. The fuck's wrong with you? Like, why do you got to be that way? Let the dude be happy. You want to shit all over the new He-Man movie? Go to your page, shit all over it there, and then when people come in and say, "Well, it's not that bad," then you can have your little troll fight. But why they gotta do it on other people's posts is beyond me. You can go through my post. I don't care. I don't attack anybody. I don't, because it's not my place. It's their page. I don't even attack my friends when they post stupid shit. because it's not my place. So I wish people would like read the room kind of thing. You know what I mean? Read the room. You know?
Mm-hmm.
If it's somebody else's post and they're posting something
Yeah,
cool,
no, I get that.
let it go. We all have friends who do stupid shit. We all do. The only time I ever crack jokes, and it's all in good fun, is like, for example, Big Mur. Sometimes he'll post something about an album and I may say something smart assy. But that's a friend. I'm not doing it to a complete fucking stranger. Just sent a pic of
Yeah,
some.
that is weird to do it. Like,
Let me see what he's going on about. Okay, let me open Facebook and share what he shared. Because we like to share. We like to share around here.
here.
So let us share. Plus he took time to actually look it up. So I'm going to show it. Okay. So this is from the man himself, Big Mur. Let's get it up there. So I guess this is, according to this picture, Mechanic, which is very blurry. Well, these are very blurry, but it's Mechanic, Ram Man, Trapjaw, and the Sorceress. Now I know I'm already going to be hot for the Sorceress because the chick that plays the Sorceress, I can't remember her name. She's fucking hot. I'm sorry. Morano Barat. She was in the Deadpool movies. What was her name?
Oh shit! I know who you're talking about, but I cannot think of her name off the top of my head.
Morana Braca, something like that. I think she's so fucking hot, and so I'm already gonna go goo over her being in the film because yes, she's very good looking. But I'm excited for the movie. I am totally excited for this movie. So see Murray's freaking out about it. He's excited too. I'm excited. I'm not gonna let a bunch of fucking stuff neck fucking, you know, I think a lot of these guys on the internet who fucking are hating on it live in their basement. I hate to be that guy, but I think they do. They don't have any wives or girlfriends because there's more important things in the world, or they're so young they don't know He-Man was the shit when I was growing up. When you first bought when the toy line first came out, used to come with comic books. And when the toy line first came out, originally, Castle Grayskull, you can find boxes with box art, the toy. So I know what I'm talking about. People could be like, you're full of shit. No, I'm not. When the toy first came out, Castle Grayskull was the headquarters for Skeletor and the bad guys. Wasn't until the show that they flipped the script and had it to where that's what he wants to get, that he wants Castle Grayskull, and it belongs to the good guys. It was his at first, and you can go and look. There's old artwork from the original toy when it was originally released the first time. Castle Grayskull shows He-Man coming to the castle, and they're all in it. It was his. If you look at the comic books, it was his. Now then they changed it for the show. I'm not going to fight and argue about that. They changed it for the show, and it is what it is. But it was a great show. We craved a movie for the longest time. And, okay, the new cartoon, I have to say, I tried one episode, and that was it for me. I couldn't get into it. But I think Kevin Smith's lost his touch. But the original one, I bought the original one.
Thank you, asshole Smith.
I loved the original so much. And I'm gonna out myself
Mhm.
right now in front of all these people. See,
Yeah.
that's what I've been saying. It's gotta have Orko. It's gotta have fucking Orko. That's all I gotta say. Because Orko was the shit. I love He-Man so much. People probably gonna laugh at me,
Mhm.
but that's okay. I'm a grown ass man. I could take it. I also own She-Ra. Not own any of the toys, but I own the show. And I know He-Man wasn't in it. There was the one crossover, I think, when it first, but he didn't have anything to do with it. But I like the universe of He-Man so much. I fucking own She-Ra too, the animated show. So
Mhm.
when that first movie came out, I was so excited. I was so excited, and and I like Dolph Lundgren. And when I saw the images, he looked good as a He-Man. He it didn't. I wasn't put off by the way he looked. I wasn't like he doesn't look like He-Man. It looked fine to me.
Mhm.
But the characters involved, the story, the Man at Arms, Tila, Billy Barty's character, that Nomi dude, I just it didn't register with me. I was like, this isn't the He-Man I wanted. I'm glad I got He-Man, but it isn't the one I wanted.
Mhm.
This new movie to me seems like it might be. It might be. But I learned a valuable lesson over the Thanksgiving break. I didn't want to
Mhm.
watch the new Naked Gun film because Hollywood has been disappointing us left and right. So I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. But my son was
Please
here.
tell me you watched it.
I thought it was the funniest fucking thing I had seen in a long time. So I've learned a lesson. Just
Mhm.
because it's
It
new,
was.
just because it's new doesn't mean, the whole fucking
Mhm.
infrared of them in the kitchen and the dog, I lost my fucking shit. I'm trying to eat Thanksgiving dinner and I'm fucking
Mhm.
choking on turkey because it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So
Dude, I'll
was
tell you,
was it
Liam Neeson did great in that fucking movie.
right? But see, I miss the old days of comedy. I've seen people do posts about Airplane, and I've seen people do comments
Mhm.
about it, and they're like, I can't believe that. There's a scene in Airplane where the two little kids are sitting on the plane and they ask about the coffee. And he goes, how do you take your coffee?
Mm.
She says, black, like my men. But she's a kid. And now people today look at that and fucking hate on it. And it's like, I get it's inappropriate, but it was fucking funny, dude. It's like we don't have to take
Yes, it was.
movies aren't real life. Movies are not real life.
No.
I'm okay with things, if I don't like something in a movie, I just don't watch it. But it's like
Mhm.
I just I wish we could have a sense of humor and not have to worry about hurting somebody's feelings.
Yeah, there's too many people get too hurt these days.
See, that's the other thing that I'm glad he brought that up because I think he's talking about Masters of the Universe. That was the problem. I thought the movie ended weird. It was like
Mhm.
the movie felt like it just and even as a kid, look, I'm still not an expert in movies. I watch a lot of movies. I own thousands of them, but I'm not an expert. You know,
Mm. Mhm.
you know, people like Ken or Hawkins or Mark here, they make films. I consider them experts. I am not an expert. I
Mhm.
don't know shit from fucking Shinola on a fucking movie, but I do know what I like and what I don't like. But I just wish we didn't have to worry about people's feelings. If you don't find it funny, then don't watch it. If you don't like it, like Star Trek. I watched the first episode of uh Starfleet Academy. And to be honest, yes, they did pick a lot of individuals who look very alternate lifestyle people. And they did.
Huh.
But I wasn't focusing on that because that's what everybody on the internet. I focused on the story.
Mm.
It didn't grab me. I'm still gonna give episode 2 a shot. and see if it does eventually grab me, but it didn't grab me. But Voyager didn't grab me. I like Voyager, but it didn't grab me like Deep Space Nine. I loved Deep Space Nine. The politics, the war, I liked the direction they went because they went against the grain. I remember growing up, and when Deep Space Nine first came out, there were articles. There were reviewers. Oh, this goes against everything Star Trek. Having war, this goes against everything Star Trek. You know, Gene Roddenberry would have been against this. Good. Change is good. And if you don't like change, you don't have to go with it. But sometimes it's good. I think Deep Space Nine was one of the greatest Star Treks that they did. I love Deep Space Nine. Sisko was a no-nonsense fucking dude, and I loved it. I still love Deep Space Nine. Voyager is my least favorite. And it isn't because of Janeway. It didn't grab me. I've seen it. I've seen it multiple times. I don't hate it, but it didn't grab me. Enterprise, I actually liked Enterprise, and it was actually getting good. It was getting good, and then it got canceled. They were starting to build something. I was getting interested. The Temporal Wars, I was getting interested. Fucking studios, networks. So, but I liked Enterprise. Of course, I love the Next Generation, you know. But like, I haven't watched any. Like, I tried Discovery, couldn't get into it. I haven't tried Strange New Worlds yet. But I just, you know, I know people get upset about agendas being put in your face. I get upset about agendas being pushed in my face. And if I find a show does that, I don't watch it. But I don't go on other people's platforms and bitch about it. I just use my own page. You know what I mean? I just use my own page. Now, healthy discussion's fine. If people want to discuss it, that's fine. But a lot of people don't discuss. You know, like my friend Mark that was commenting earlier. He's gone into stuff and just been polite and made his peace. And he's been accused of being a bot and all sorts of stuff. It's like people, when they can't argue with you, they start being mean to you, accusing you of things. It's like, why is it you can't just, oh, okay, I see your point of view and don't agree with you, but I understand where you're coming from. We don't do that anymore. We do not do that anymore. It's like-minded people do, but you bring in an outsider into a conversation and it's going to end up getting nasty. And I don't understand why it's got to be that way. You know, I don't understand why it's got to be that way. People I guess they crave to fight. I don't know. But it just bugs me, you know? Like, we had healthy conversations and debates as kids. We did. Everything that goes on the internet now went on when I was in high school or in junior high. The only difference is when it got out of hand, people got beat up. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can take it to a certain point and then fists are going to fly. You can't do that on the internet because, well, they're somewhere out in the interwebs and you can't get your hands on them. But, you know, I'm not asking for world peace here. I'm just asking for a little consideration. You know what I mean? Like, let these people enjoy their He-Man trailer, move along, go on your page and hate on it, but at least let them enjoy it. Now, critiquing something going on, that's different. Okay, here's an example. I like wrestling games. Okay, I could bring them in here and show you the stack. I have bought every single wrestling game ever made, including like Fire Pro Wrestling. But, you know, all the wrestling games like SmackDown versus Raw. I've got all the old school ones. I got I thought I might have one still in here, but I guess it's out there. I have all the wrestling games. Here, as a matter of fact, here's one of them right now. This one was from THQ called SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, featuring ECW. The only one with Sabu. Sabu's in this game. He's not in the rest of them. I'm hoping he's in 2K26. That would be nice. But I love these games. 2K makes them now. That was THQ, but 2K makes them now. 2K makes so many mistakes. I get tired of the cash grab. They have this thing called My Faction, and you can buy these cards. And people have spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars buying cards for an online section. Here's the kicker. In 2 years, they're going to shut the server down. So you're going to pay $600 in total for a game and buying all this add-on stuff that you can't use. And then once 2K26 comes out, they'll stop really focusing on it. So you spent all this money into a game in 12 months that for what? I get upset about that. Now, going on to a 2K post and saying, well, why you got to be the, that's different. That's different. You know, if a corporation is going to make a post, I feel they're a public company. You have a right to go in there and complain. Just like people, you see it all the time with politics and this, that. People will post something that has nothing to do with something, but they'll come in. Like, for example, because it's the only thing I can think on top of my head. Trump could post something, and people will go in there. Yeah, but where are the files? I'm okay with that kind of stuff because you're a public person, but a private person I feel is a different story. I should be able to go in any post that 2K makes and be like, why does my game saves keep corrupting? Why don't you fix your shit, dumbass? I feel I have a right to do that because they made a product. It's broken. It doesn't work. It sucks. They need to fucking fix it. So I have a right to bombard their posts because they're not listening to us. You send them an email and they don't get back to you. They don't patch the game. So in those kind of circumstances, I'm okay with it. You know, but when little Jimmy goes and posts how excited he is for He-Man and you come in there and start giving him shit, that's just wrong. That part I don't agree with. But yeah, I attack all the time corporations. That I do because they don't listen to us. They don't listen to us at all. I mean, at all. I mean, I don't know about you, but you know, just like the cable company. Yeah, I can't, you know, or a service like, hey, my Hulu's not working. What's going on? Have you restarted your router? No. Have you restarted your modem? No. Well, you should do that first. Well, why? Everything else is working. Well, you know, and that's usually with the video games. You start having trouble with the games. You call Sony, you call Microsoft, and you're like, oh, my game's not working. Well, have you restarted your modem? Like, dude, I'm watching Netflix on my phone, and my daughter's on her laptop watching Disney Plus. The internet's fucking fine, dickhead. It's you. It's you. You're the one. Yeah. And then, you know, and then hours will go by, and then they'll make a post. Hey, we're having an outage. But they never apologize to people. Oh, yeah, well, sorry for accusing you people of having shitty internet and not knowing what the fuck you're doing. So I cut that shit in the bud. When I call Charter, because the internet's out, first thing I say is like, yeah, internet's not working. They'll be like, okay, let me check in. You know, let me get your, so I'll give them my phone number. And they'll say, okay, it's taking a minute to get your account information. First thing I say while we're waiting is, I restarted the modem and I restarted the router. Because that way, I don't have to put up with the bullshit.
Yeah.
Even if I did, usually with the internet, I do that anyway, because that's usually the problem sometimes. So I do it anyway. But when it comes to like issues with gaming and this, that, I'm not going to turn off the internet for everybody else in the house because you guys are dickheads and can't admit that, you know, you're having a problem. They never do. They never do until it's widespread. And then they'll be like, we're sorry for like Verizon. What were they out for like a whole fucking day?
Oh my God.
You couldn't make phone calls?
Yeah, you know what I got for that? Yeah, you know what I got for that? $20. And it wasn't even an automatic credit. I had to go and fucking apply for it.
See?
And it'll take 1 to 3 billing cycles for the $20 credit to be applied to the bill.
See, and that's and then you got this fat fuck in Wisconsin, in Illinois, the governor. He's getting rid of. Illinois can't have landlines anymore going forward. He's getting rid of landlines, and I'm okay with that for the most part. But forcing it on people is bullshit. What if you're an old person?
Yeah.
What if you're an old person with a Verizon phone? We're gonna give you $20. We're sorry, you could have had a heart attack and died because you couldn't use your phone, but here's $20. Like, like, what the hell, man? It's like I, I, corporate America, the music industry, and Hollywood, they can all suck my fucking dick. They can all do that.
Mhm.
Yes, I know people
Right.
get mad at me
That's why
because I
we're
say
outside of the
pirate.
Hollywood system.
Right. But people will get mad at me and be like, "Oh, you're for pirating." Yes, from corporations. I would never in my life, and I never have, downloaded somebody's movies, like independent films. I have never gone and taken anything from anybody who's doing it on their own. Like Peter Criss came out with a new album. I bought it. I bought it digitally. I got lucky though, and I pre-ordered. See, there was a big fiasco with Peter Criss. He released his new album on Bandcamp digitally, but he didn't want it digitally. So when the album went live, the digital copy was $2,000. And
Oh shit!
yeah, it was $2,000. Now, if you go to Bandcamp, it's not on there at all.
$2,000.
I paid $10 for my digital copy of his album. I could have waited. I could have just pirated it, but I bought it. I buy stuff from people who earn their money. Now, I'm not saying I pirate everything. I don't want people out there thinking I'm this huge ass pirate. I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not against it because of the way they act. When I was growing up,
Mhm.
we made mixtapes, recorded albums for our friends, dub tapes, dub movies, all that kind of stuff. And these guys had been screaming, oh, VHS is going to kill the movie industry. Beta is going to kill the movie industry. They didn't bitch about Laserdisc because you couldn't copy those. It just that they didn't have a problem with. But VHS is going to ruin it. So they've been saying for years, everything is going to kill the industry. And like I said before, I'll say it again. They are killing the industry with shitty movies, agendas. It's bullshit. Giving us movies that we don't ask for instead of the ones we want. Like, here's an example. People are probably going to laugh at me, but they made a movie based on Warcraft. And David Bowie's son was the director. I can't remember his name. But
Oh, he directed the World of Warcraft movie?
Huh?
He directed the World of... I didn't realize he directed the World of Warcraft movie.
Yeah, David
Which
Bowie's son. I'm going to look it up.
Oh, no shit. I believe I have that on 4K.
Duncan Jones.
Ah.
He directed the Warcraft movie. Was it a successful movie? Unfortunately, no. But I thought it was a good movie. And I know a lot of diehard World of Warcraft players who did like it. It was not a success, in my opinion, because it was not exactly like the game, but it didn't appeal to the wider audience. But I think it deserved a sequel because it was taking place before. Everything in World of Warcraft was the modern times of the universe that it exists in, and the movie took place before the game. So a lot of people were like, huh? Because all the lore for Warcraft is in the game, but it's a lot of reading, a lot of walking around. So if you don't have the patience to read everything to learn the lore, you're gonna be, when the movie came out, you're gonna be like, huh? Where's this guy? Where's that guy? Where's the Lich King? Where's this? So I get it. But I think it deserved a sequel. And they were supposed to make one, but it just fell apart. But there are a lot of people who'd like to see it. And it's like Hollywood makes movies that don't make any money. But I know the Warcraft movie would at least make money. It might actually make a profit. Maybe not a big profit, but it would I think it would make a profit. And that's the thing, Everybody wants the big profit. Sometimes just take the little one. I mean, it's not going to kill you. And then you never know. One day, look at Rocky Horror Picture Show, for example. When that movie came out, it bombed. You know how much money it's made? Tons. Why? because it
Mhm.
became a cult favorite. You know what other movie needs to deserve to get cult status? I'm calling for it right now. I'm calling for it right now. I don't know if it has cult status, but I don't think it does.
Mhm.
Runaway with Tom Selleck.
Ah, yes, great fucking movie.
Yes, no one talks
Great
about it. Everybody
fucking
talks
movie.
about RoboCop and all that. No one talks about Runaway. That was a great fucking movie.
I haven't seen it in years, but now I wanna watch it again because it's been, oh my god, it's been too long.
I loved it. It wasn't the greatest movie of all time, but it was good. It was a good
Mhm.
80s action flick, just like Tango and Cash. Good movie?
Oh,
Maybe.
love
Maybe not.
Tango and Cash.
Was it a fun movie? Yes. Hollywood forgot how to have
Mhm.
fun. Hollywood has forgotten how to have fun. And that's why I spend a lot of time watching independent films because they put
Mhm.
care and effort into their films. And like Ken, I love all his movies. You get some people who don't like them, some people do. I love them. They and I have much respect for everything he does. I have much respect for everything Mark does. I have respect for the shit that Hawkins does because I know it's not easy. When you have to like I said, I may not have the knowledge and the know-how when it comes to filmmaking. I'm just the guy who sits and eats popcorn and watches. But I know there's a lot to it. I know there's a lot to it. It's not simple, it's not easy. Even for Hollywood with all the money they got, it's not easy. And the bigger the scale of the movie, the more difficult it gets. I'm not a fool. I understand that. But they're putting a lot less, in my opinion, they're putting a lot less care in their movies. A lot less uh it's it's all cookie cutter stuff. I missed, yes, the action films of the 80s, a lot of that was cookie cutter, but they still had fun. They still had fun in them. I love you like Cobra? You think Cobra's a good movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Cobra's good I love Cobra.
Um and they made, even in the 90s they made good movies. This is one of the best. I'm about to bring up, I think, one of the best Sylvester Stallone movies ever made. And it's not
Mhm.
Rocky. It was a movie called Copland. Did you see Copland?
I haven't seen it, but I've wanted to see that for the longest time. I
I
think
think
I'll
it
have
is
to
Sylvester.
finally watch it.
I own it on DVD. I don't know if they re-released it on Blue or anything, but I have the
They
DVD.
did.
That's my favorite Sylvester Stallone movie. Yes, I love Rambo. I love all that good action-packed stuff, but Copland
Mhm.
was a great movie. And that's why people always my wife used to make fun of Sylvester Stallone. I don't like the way he acts. He's a terrible actor. I don't like Sylvester Stallone. I made her sit down and watch Copland with me. She goes, "My God, that was a good movie." Yes, he can't act. He can't act. Now she likes his new thing, the Tulsa King. That she loves. She loves that show. But it's a gangster show. Everybody loves gangsters. But I
Oh,
really,
Tulsa
really
King. I love Tulsa King too. That's great.
I thought Copland was really good. Ray Liotta, uh, Harvey Keitel. Now, my wife can't watch Harvey Keitel movies anymore,
Mm.
though, because she watched the Bad Lieutenant and he dances naked and his schlong's going floppy, 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 and she's like, ugh. So she can't watch his movies anymore. But Copland, man, I just see they don't make movies like that anymore. There are some good ones out there, but it just seems, I don't know. I enjoy the Marvel movies. I haven't seen any of the new ones though. The last one I watched was uh I don't remember the last one. It might have been Endgame because I still haven't watched the Thor Love and Rockets or Love and Thunder or whatever that one was. I still haven't watched that one. Oh, I know what the last one I saw was. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That was the last one I saw. And it's not because of anything they've done,
Right.
like, purposely, but I think they've fallen off. Like Star Wars. I didn't mind the new trilogy. Didn't love it. Wasn't like, "Ugh." I was okay with Palpatine coming back. I could tell it was rushed and they just threw something together, but if people remember, there's a series of books where Palpatine came back. Now it's called the Legends series because it's not canon. There's a whole bunch of novels that got put into the Legends category for Star Wars, like the Timothy Zahns, the Heir to the Empire, and all that. You can still read them and buy them, but they're part of the Legend series. They brought back Palpatine in the Legend series. So yes, I agree. In the last Star Wars movie, it felt rushed, but I was okay with them bringing him back. I think they could have did a better job and better explaining it, and started to build it up from the beginning instead of just throwing it at you. But I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with it. Have you seen any of those Star Wars films?
I've only seen the episode, 1 through 9. That's the only Star Wars I've seen. I haven't seen
So you did see where they brought Palpatine
anything
back
else.
on that planet Exodus or whatever it was? Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
so you said you have Copland on, what is
I
it?
have it on DVD. I have the original release. I don't remember
I didn't see.
who released it back in the day, but I have the original release on DVD, but in the next
Yeah,
room.
I
I don't know if
see,
it
like,
works.
and
I
I
haven't
wanted
watched
to
it.
see, like,
Would you want
and I wanted to see, like, Rogue One and all those other ones and all that stuff, but I haven't watched those yet.
now? Rogue One I liked.
But eventually I
Rogue
will.
One, Rogue One I liked because it had that, and I liked Rogue One. I liked the fucking Mandalorian. It had its moments of, but in a whole, it was good. Now I
Mhm.
loved the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, but I'm a realist here. I liked it because the nostalgia factor and seeing Darth Vader and all that again. If you look at it good, if you really take the time to think about it, it was a stupid show
Right.
because it totally, if she met Obi-Wan Kenobi, why'd she act like she never did? It screws things up. What do they call it nowadays? Retconning something where you force it? I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what,
Yep.
you know. So I understand where everybody's coming from, but I also enjoyed it because I have a little kid inside of me, and it brought me joy seeing Darth Vader and Obi-Wan fight, and it just, so I enjoyed it for the nostalgia factor. I get it. Like the Spawn movie. I enjoy the Spawn movie, and that
Mhm.
thing sucks balls. But I enjoy it because it's the only Spawn movie. I would rather watch the animated Spawn series that I have on DVD than watch the movie. That's why when they
Mm.
who I forgot who released it in 4K. Was it Arrow
I
or was
got the Arrow 4K of
I
that one.
wasn't gonna waste money watching a piece of shit. You can shine it up all you want. It's a piece of shit. I did not like.
I
Me and my
still,
wife
you know
hate.
what though? I John Leguizamo did decent as the clown. I thought, like, he he did good for me.
The clown was the only part of the movie with any value, and I am the biggest fucking mark for fucking Martin Sheen.
Mhm.
I think the greatest thing he ever did was fucking Apocalypse Now and The West Wing. I
Mm.
love fucking Martin Sheen, and even his character was complete ballsack and fucking. He did a terrible job. It was terrible, terrible, and I don't think he did a bad job because he's a bad actor. He did a bad job because it was written like
Mhm.
shit. No, I do
Right.
not like the Spawn film at all. Yes, I own it. It's the old school New Line one where you had to pop the corner and it opened. Remember them New Line
Mhm.
ones that has that? The ones that
Mhm.
when you put them on your bookshelf and pull it out, it brings another DVD out with it because it's got that stupid flap.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's all
Mhm.
cardboard. Yeah, yeah, I
Yep.
have.
I had it too.
I
Yep.
mean, it might not work. It might be one of those Warner Brothers disc rot victims, but I do have the movie. Me and the wife went to a dollar theater in Illinois. We lived down the. We lived. We lived on Irving Park. There's this place called Six Corners where we used to live, where when our first kid was born.
Mhm.
Irving Park Road, Milwaukee Avenue. We lived on Kyler Avenue, and the building we lived in was part of a movie theater. It was a the
Right.
corner building was a movie theater, and all above the movie theater were all apartments. So we lived in the movie theater, but we lived in the apartment upstairs. It was a studio apartment. So our daughter had just been born, so we didn't need a bedroom because she was just in the crib.
Mhm.
We lived in a studio. It was our first apartment together, me and the wife, back in '96. And we went and watched we went downstairs to the theater and saw Spawn at the Dollar Theater. And I hated it. I hated it. And I was
Mhm.
so disappointed. Okay, it was 97, so it wasn't 96, it was 97. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. And that's why when the animated series came out, I was excited because I was like, okay, maybe the animated series will be better. And sure enough,
Mhm.
it was better. It felt more. I don't know. It felt more like the comic because it was ripped from the
Mhm.
comics. You know, you had Stitch
Right.
and all that, and the animated show was way better. It was too short. It was too short. I used to be a
Mhm.
manager for GameStop. Um, back in the early 2000s. Because I remember I
Right.
worked for GameStop when the Dreamcast came out, 99.99. Um, and I became a manager I think in 2000. I remember
Mhm.
uh going to GameStop. I don't know if they still do. They used to throw manager meetings in Tennessee, and they flew us to Tennessee. We could have drove because I lived in
Mhm.
well, I worked in Louisville, Kentucky, but I lived in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Um,
Mhm.
we we could have drove to Nashville, but they flew us anyway. And it was a convention, and they Microsoft was there, and there was a big presentation, so we got to see what the Xbox was going to look like before it came out, and it was
Mhm.
awesome. But we had celebrities there, and there was a signing on the floor, and I met Todd McFarlane, and I got all of four of the Kiss.
Ooh.
I got all four of the Kiss figures. I got all the Kiss figures, and
Mhm.
I had him sign them. And I asked him, I said, what happened with the Spawn? Well, I guess he had a falling out with the producers and whatnot. And that's why it ended. Because it was short. I think it was like 6 episodes a season and it was on for 3 years. So it was not a lot of episodes.
Mhm.
Um, I loved that. Now, I know he's been working on bringing Spawn back, but I don't know, man. I think Pink Floyd will get back together and do a reunion before we ever get another fucking Spawn movie or Spawn anything. Cause
Mhm.
I just, I just, dude didn't do a bad job at Spawn. Okay, the guy who plays Spawn, what's his fucking name?
Michael J. White.
Right. I don't think is he the best actor in the world? Of course not. But he's good at what he does. He's your typical action
Mhm.
star. And I liked the job he did. He didn't do a bad job. It was just the story was so bad. It just was so bad.
Hey, he's a Michael J. He can't be that bad.
I've liked most of the stuff he's done. I mean, he was in one of the Universal Soldiers. I think he played Mike Tyson in one of the Mike Tyson movies. He's not a bad actor, and he's a black belt. I mean, he knows his martial arts, so that stuff's not all faking bullshit. He's a martial artist,
Mm-hmm.
but he's like, there's a documentary that he's in about. There was a movie. I wish I could remember the name of it. Maybe it's listed on his page. Let me see. Is it might be on his page. Because there was a movie he was in.
Dude, now you're making me want to, because I just packed up.
Man, you ain't gonna be able to watch the shit.
Now I want to revisit Spawn.
You're not gonna be able to watch the shit you packed
Well,
up.
no. Well, no. The funny thing is, I still have a tote with some of the recent 4Ks that I got. That's like here that I can still get to, and Spawn is in there. So I might have to just pull it out and pop it in, and because, dude, I haven't seen it since fucking VHS.
Well, you do know Michael Jai White is in the Toxic Avenger Part 2 and Part 3. He's one of the. He's one of the executive henchmen. That was the first thing he was in 1989. Yeah. Then he was in.
I mean, I've seen them, but I didn't realize
he was in Prototype. He was in Universal Soldier. He was in an episode of Saved by the Bell.
Oh, but
yeah. He played Tyson in the 1990. Yeah, he played Tyson in the 1995 TV movie called Tyson. He was in an episode of NYPD Blue. He played Fancy's brother. So yeah, I don't have a problem with him. It's just that, and his portrayal of Spawn was okay. It's just in a whole, that movie sucked. I don't know how it's got a 5.2. I don't get it. I know we're all different, and I wouldn't go on to somebody else's post and fucking hate on it. But I will say this: like, it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. See, he didn't like John Leguizamo as the clown.
That's okay, Murray. I'll forgive you. I still love you, and that's, yeah. That's
the whole
fine.
bullshit with Malboja at the end, just him floating there. It was like, oh, come on, man. No, I didn't. No, the animated show did it justice. So just keep it in your box. I don't know why you. Sometimes you buy stuff, and I want to publicly.
Well, you got to remember, it was okay. So here's the thing: there was an Arrow sale, so I think I got it for like 50% off. So I think it was only like $22 for the 4K, as opposed to like 30 or 40 some.
That's the kind of movie you should probably find it cheaper.
Well, I mean, sometime. Well, there's times for that. Like Criterion's releasing House Party, on Tuesday. I pre-ordered that already.
Okay, I'm not
the last 4K that I get delivered to this address.
I don't hate House Party. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, he said he was okay as the clown. Now that he thinks about it, he was just annoying. He was the difference between the clown and he was more comical in the movie, where in the animated show he was mean-spirited, which was more like he was in the comic. So I mean, Murray's not wrong. He wasn't the way he was supposed to be. They let John Leguizamo run with it, but it was the only good thing about the movie. That's the problem. Even if John had played him like he was in the comic book, he probably still would have been the best part of the movie, because the rest of it just garbage. Just garbage.
I'm gonna rewatch it during the blizzard this weekend, and I'll get back to you on my thoughts.
There
after
have
I
been times.
rewatch it.
There have been times that I've loved the movie to death and rewatched it and was like,
Mhm.
I don't know why I like that. Like, here's a prime example. Many years ago, me and the wife were walking through the store, and lo and behold, sitting on a shelf was the complete series of Sliders for $29. I said, "Oh, I
Mhm.
love this show. Can I get it?" She says, "Yeah." I said, "Man, I used to watch the hell out of this show." My brain was
Mhm.
fucking with me. I went home, watched the first season,
Mhm.
was excited, like, yeah, this is Sliders. Second season, what the
Mhm.
fuck? Third season, oh my god. I realized I had never seen the last two seasons because season 2 sucked so bad. I didn't, but my brain was remembering the first season and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So, yes, sometimes you go back and watch something and you're like,
Mhm.
so you may go back and watch Spawn and be upset that you wasted the money.
Maybe. I mean, but like I said, with the House Party Criterion, if I told you how much I pre-ordered that at price-wise, you'd shit your pants, I'm sure.
Well, I didn't like House Party per se.
Oh.
I wasn't a big fan of that kind of rap back in those days.
Mhm.
I like more of the gangster rap. It wasn't a bad movie. I liked Kid and Play. It wasn't a bad movie, but it's something that I would watch when it comes on cable. You know, I'm not the kind of guy.
Well,
There's certain
that's the
things that
thing.
I'll watch.
Mhm. I mean, I watch it when it comes on cable or whatever, because I do, but I want the disc just to be able to watch it when it's not on TV,
See, I break my movies into
if
two
I'm in the
categories.
mood.
Or I movies that I
Mhm.
like fall into two categories. It's I like it and I watch it when it comes on. I'll stream it if I can find it. And then there's the second group of
Mhm.
movies that I like that I got to have. House Party's the kind of movie that I can watch it, but I don't really care if I own it or not. You know what movie I
Mhm.
wish they'd release? I think they did. I got to look and see if I can find it. I don't know. This one might be too old for you or it might not be have ever been on your radar. Did you ever see a movie called DC Cab?
Mhm. I own it. Yes.
That movie is great. See, that movie. See, that's what I'm saying. Comedy today isn't the same. And people will give you shit. Oh,
No, it's not.
it has to be offensive to be funny. Well, yeah, I guess so, because the shit now isn't funny. So yeah, I guess being
No.
offensive and mean and fat jokes and girl jokes and racial jokes, I guess they're funny because they are.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, people want to make you feel bad because you like stuff. Just like if you're sitting at a red light listening to Winger and you're singing 17, people are going to give you the look of shame. You know what that song's about, right? Yeah, I know what it's about. It's probably about your grandma because when she was 17, she was giving it away for free. You know what I mean? 80s girls, man, I'm telling you. So it's like,
Right.
I don't understand. Well, let's not worry about now. Oh, that's just with the way the world is today. Yes, I understand people's, you know, I understand what people are saying. Oh, it's not a it's not a good it's not a good what they're saying in that song is not good. Just like fucking Kiss with Christine 16. Oh, that's not good. They shouldn't be. I get it and I understand it and I agree with it. But I'm not gonna fucking not listen to it. I'm not gonna hate on it because that was then. It was a different time. Plus, when 17 came out, I was like 7 fucking teen. So yeah, I was trying to sleep with
Mhm.
17-year-olds when that song came out because I was 7 fucking teen. It's like I this is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Something in a song, something in a song, something in a movie, something in a book is fantasy. It's not real. Now, if the song's based on someone's life and they're singing about, you know, like, look, let's be honest with each other. I'm pretty sure Gene Simmons has had sex with underage people. Yes. 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds used to go to these concerts. I know they did. I know all musicians, they'll tell you, oh, no, they're not going to admit it. They're not, but they did. Because I saw firsthand at concerts these young girls with backstage passes. Somebody fucked them. Maybe it wasn't Gene. Maybe it wasn't Paul. But somebody back there were fucking these girls. So it was a different time. I don't condone it, but it is what it is, and it happened. But there's no reason to fucking throw shade at somebody now because of something they wrote back then. Just ignore it. You don't like the song, move on. Go somewhere else.
Right.
Don't have to listen to it. Don't have to listen to it. Fucking, but it's like, but I understand. But we also live in a world now where we know this kind of thing is going on by rich and powerful people and nothing's done about it. It's like, it's okay for rich people to do it. So rich people can sit in their car and sing 17 and no one's going to care because they're rich and have money.
Right.
But, if little Jimmy or his Uncle Bob are at the listening to it, oh, there must be something wrong with them. If you get caught listening to Christine 16 by Kiss, there's something wrong with you. Like, really? We've come that way. Murray thinks you should do the high top fade from House Party, grow some hair and.
Well, if I could, the top, dude, if I let my hair grow in, it would be the horseshoe pattern, so it wouldn't work because my top doesn't grow anymore.
You liked House Party so much. I got to ask you this. Did you watch Kid and Play's animated cartoon they had?
I believe I did. I don't remember it, but I'm sure that I did.
You don't remember the Kid and Play cartoon?
I don't remember it, but I'm sure I had to have watched it because I was big into Kid and Play. Like, I remember the first time I saw House Party was on Showtime. I think back in like 90, it was probably 91. Probably close to, because House Party 2 I went to the theater to see. Yeah, my dad took me to see that in the theater. I remember. Dude, Robin Harris as his fucking, as Pops was fucking great. I love that.
Well, I like Robin Harris. He was funny. Yeah. Here you go. You don't remember this?
Ah. No, I remember it, but I don't, you know what I mean? I know I watched it, but I don't I'll have to dig up and see if I can. Wonder if they released the cartoons. Anyway, you said you don't have DC Cab or Copland on Blu-ray, correct? Is that what you said?
I know I don't have DC Cab at all. That one I know I don't have at all. Cause
right.
And I do believe, but see, my Copland might still work. Cause it's not gonna look any better.
But is it DVD or Blu-ray?
It's DVD.
Yeah, fuck that. Cause, well, I would check your outside. You'll probably get a package from Amazon on Monday that has 2 things on Blu-ray for you. That you need you need the superior format. You can't have just DVD. It doesn't work.
Look at Murray. This fucking guy.
What did he say? Ain't no Kid and Play.
Yeah. He's like lost his mind. He's lost his damn mind.
I had the Kid and Play Face the Nation CD.
It's right here, you big fool. Kid and Play TV series. There were 13 episodes.
Wait, so is it available digitally?
I don't know if you can buy it, but see, it had Cool Modi, Cool Modi was in it, Salt and Pepper, Tony, and then Christopher
Ooh.
Reed. Christopher Reed played Kid. Christopher Martin played Play. They did their own voices.
Ew.
Tommy Davidson
Yep.
was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, telling me that
Wait.
I got a 5.8. Telling me there was
Is
no.
this on Amazon? Did you see the?
No, this is IMDb. You'd have to look
Oh,
and see.
this is on IMDb. Okay.
But yeah, it was a real
Oh,
show.
I will.
Murray's out his mind. Ain't no cartoon. Yeah, there was. They made a cartoon about
That's
everything
great.
in the 80s and 90s. Remember Bebe's Kids?
That's classic. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great fucking movie. It's a
Bebe's
great
Kids.
fucking movie. Yeah, it's a
Even
great fucking
fucking
movie.
John Candy had a cartoon called Camp Candy.
Yep, Camp Candy.
And what's
Wonder
that
if
one?
that was released? I would love to
was
get
that-
that.
What was that one guy? The big fat guy. He did that cartoon with the baby.
Louis
The baby
Anderson.
was all- yeah, Louis Anderson. Even he had a cartoon. Everybody had a fucking cartoon in the fucking 80s
Did
and
you,
90s.
dude? Did you watch fucking Life with Louie? I love that fucking one. Life with Louis Anderson. I love that fucking one. Loved it.
I thought it was a great show too. I liked Camp Candy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the Kid and Play
Yeah, I
one.
want to find that. I want to find Camp Candy. I love that. I gotta find that fucking one. That was fucking great.
Yeah, because the fucking Louis, the kid was all he talked like a, but he did multiple voices in that show. Because he also
Mhm.
did the father too, didn't he? I think he did the mother
Yep.
too. I think he was the whole damn family.
Well, no, he did. You know who did the mother? The one, Edie McClurg or whatever, who was like the character actor who she was in Ferris Bueller and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles as the in the airport, that airport scene or the rental car scene in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Rooney's secretary and Ferris Bueller. That's who did the voice of the mother in that.
Yeah,
one.
Edie McClure was mom. Louis was the narrator. Miko Hughes was Tommy Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was just the narrator and he was the kid. See, this is what kills me. Mary Wicks was grandma. Mary Wicks as grandma. Mary Wicks was in another TV show that I just recently bought. Well, she was Mary Lazarus in the two Sister Act movies, but she was also in the Father Dowling Mysteries. She played the woman who ran the house, did all the cooking and cleaning for Father Dowling. She didn't work for the father. Basically, she worked for the Catholic Church because she worked for the guy that Father Dowling took her place.
Mm-hmm.
But that woman was in a lot of stuff. Punky Brewster,
Right.
Highway to Heaven. She did a lot of shit. She played their grandma. But this is what Eddie Deason was in 4 episodes of fucking. But here's what bugs me about the way things.
Mm-hmm.
Life with Louie was on for 4 years, from 94 until 98.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the kicker. There were only 39 episodes.
Yeah, I remember there wasn't. I did have it on DVD because I got a what the fuck is it? I got a bootleg copy of it because I don't think it ever got an official release. Life with Louie.
No, I think it got a volume. It got a volume
wish
1.
it was.
I think I got a volume 1. It was 3 seasons of 13 episodes. See, that's what a lot of stuff does. You think it was on longer than it was. It's like you have this. Your brain wants to think like. I got those shows. Those Warner Brothers cartoons, Lippy Lion and all that stuff. There's like 30 something. There's 30 something of these cartoons. But I totally forgot these cartoons are only like 5 minutes long. These little Hanna-Barbera shorts.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I thought they were
Mhm.
longer. I thought they were longer. They've got a new one coming out. I had to save the picture because I couldn't bookmark it, but I gotta pick up this one too. I'll share it on the screen so you can see it. So I ain't gotta download it. Well, no, I'll just fucking download it. I'll just upload it. Hold on. It's called well, here, let me get it. Let me get it. My grandkids are gonna be up all night. They don't got school tomorrow.
Oh.
Let's see. Here it is. Here's another one. This is probably another one that's only like 13 episodes, and it's probably only like 5-minute episodes. But do you remember this show? Small. Loopy de Loop. I don't know why it's so
No.
small. You don't remember that Loopy de Loop?
Because it's in the logo portion. Yeah, no, I don't remember that one. You have it in the logo thing. That's
Oh
why
yeah,
I think
okay, I
it's
did.
small.
I put it in the wrong spot, didn't I? Hold on.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
probably why it's so small.
There we go. That
Yeah, there you go. No,
do you
I don't
remember that
remember that
character?
one.
That's coming out in fucking April.
No.
See, I remember all this. This is the kind of stuff they used to run all the time on USA's Cartoon Express, the old Hanna-Barbera stuff. But these are really short. And you'd also
I
get to
would
see
love
them
to see.
back in the day, like on
I'd love to
WTBS.
watch that.
In the mornings, they would run like
Mhm.
short clips. It'd be like a half-hour block. It would be like it would be like, okay, from 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m., it would be the Three Stooges. But you know, Three Stooges episodes were only
Right.
like 10, 11 minutes long. So they'd show
Mhm.
one fucking episode of Three Stooges, then they go to a commercial. Then they'd come back and show something like Loopy de Loop for 5 minutes. You know, they would pad the 30 minutes. So you'd get 2 Three Stooges and then maybe a Loop de Loop cartoon. But that's why that's
Right.
why, and that's what I'm saying. I'm glad Warner Brothers is starting to release all this stuff. Because I
Yeah, well,
love,
dude, thanks to Warner Archive, because they're,
right.
they're doing it. So thanks, for that.
But see,
Plus, you know what comes out Tuesday too, and I think
what?
oh no, I was gonna say what the hell was it? That the new Fred and Barney show comes out on Tuesday, the complete series from Warner
Yeah,
Archive.
I got that on my wish list too. Because I'm just a huge,
Yeah,
I'm a
I
huge
gotta get
fucking
that
kid.
eventually. Mhm.
Yeah, see,
Dude,
Cartoon
I hear ya.
Cartoon Express was the greatest thing because this is how much I love the Cartoon Express on USA. I had certain Saturday morning cartoons, that I watched during on Saturday. But I would record
Mhm.
those on, because my dad, we had a VHS player in every fucking room, beta player in every room. My dad loved technology.
Mm.
So all the Saturday
Mhm.
morning cartoons, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all that were like on CBS and NBC, I would record those on all the video recorders in the house.
Mhm.
I would watch the Cartoon Express on USA because right after the Cartoon Express would be Superstars. WWF Superstars would come on after Cartoon Express. And Cartoon Express had everything. Hong Kong Phooey. Shows that you fucking let's see. They had so many freaking cartoons. Like here's a list of the stuff that aired. Just Hanna-Barbera alone. The Addams Family.
Mhm.
The Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan. The Banana Splits. The Biscuits. Buford and the Galloping Ghost. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kids. Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels, Challenge of the GoBots, Clue Club, Devlin, Dino Mutt and Dog Wonder, The Flintstone Comedy Hour, The Funky Phantom, Galaxy Goof Ups, Goober and the Ghost Chasers, The Great Grape Ape Show, Help, It's the Hair Bear Bunch, Herculoids, Hong Kong Phooey, Huckleberry Hound and Friends, Inch High Private Eye, Jabberjaw, Jabber 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 Jabberjaw, Jana of the Jungle, The Jetsons, Johnny Quest, Josie and the Pussycats, Josie and the Pussycats in Outer Space, The Quickie Koala Show, The Laugh Olympics, Magilla Gorilla and the Quick Draw McGraw, Wally Gator and Loop de Loop, which I've just recently bought the Wally Gator, The Monchichis, The New Fred and Barney Show, Pac-Man, Paw Paws,
Yeah, that's
Pebble and Bam Bam Show, Popeye and Son, Richie Rich, The Robonic Stooges, The Roman Holidays, The Rough and Ready Show, Scooby-Doo, C-Lab 2020, Shirt Tales, The Skatebirds, The Smurfs, The Snorks, The Space Kiddets, Space Ghost and Dino Boy, Space Stars, Speed Buggy, Trollkins, Valley of the Dinosaurs, which I just got my hands on the other day, so they'll be coming to the kids' corner. Wacky Races, Wait till your father gets home, which I bought that one too. Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch, Where's Huddles, Wildfire, The Yogi Bear Show, Yogi's Gang, Yogi's Space Race, Yogi's Treasure Hunt, and Young Samson and Goliath. Look at all those shows that were on there. And then they added other shows later, like Sports Billy, Thundar the Barbarian, The Great Space Coaster, Dragon's Lair, Mr. T, Turbo Teen, Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, She-Ra, The Famous Adventures of Mr. Magoo, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Jem, because Jem is truly outrageous, Denver the Last Dinosaur, Voltron, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, The Real Ghostbusters, Dino Saucers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Terry Tales, The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, Captain N and the Game Masters, The Chipmunks Go to the Movies, Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, Jace and the Wheeled Warriors, Maxine's World, Pole Position. There was an actual cartoon based on the video game from Namco, Pole Position. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Cops. They have Superman, Batman Adventures, and the Woody Woodpecker Show. They had so many things on USA's Cartoon Express. It was the best thing ever. And that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Why can't kids enjoy cartoons anymore? Because the government said they were just toy commercials and they can't do it anymore. Because they're not educational. So they just stopped making them.
That's a shame. Like, it really is.
Cartoons was the greatest. I would wake up. I'd set all the timers on the VHS and the betas to record my shows on NBC and CBS. I would watch Cartoon Express on USA. I'd watch my wrestling, and then I would go outside and I wouldn't come home until nighttime. And then when I came home at night, Saturday and Sunday wasn't good for prime time. When we were kids, everything came on Monday through Friday at night. And usually Friday nights weren't that good for prime time either. But nobody showed anything new on Saturday night. So on Saturday night, I would watch all the cartoons that I recorded. And then Sunday, I would wake up and watch Cartoon Express again. And then I would watch some of the Saturday morning cartoons. And then I would sprinkle them through the week. But Sunday nights, there was this little network that showed up back in the 80s. Brand new network. People were fighting it. NBC, CBS, they tried to stop it. It was called Fox. And it's not the Fox we know today. It was the Fox that introduced the world to the Tracy Ullman Show. It's the network that introduced the world to Married with Children. 21 fucking Jump Street, which was supposed to get released on Blu-ray. I don't know why it hasn't. I own it on DVD, so I have it. Even though season 5 sucked balls because Johnny Depp left, it's not the point. Point is, I love 21 Jump Street. And that's what I would watch on Sunday nights. Remember when Fox
Mhm.
introduced the world to a show called Werewolf? Remember Werewolf, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you, Roy Dam. So I fucking loved TV. I loved TV. I loved movies. Yes, I still had a life. I rode bikes. I rode four-wheelers. I did all the stuff with my friends. But in the mornings, it was my cartoons. And I watched a lot of TV. And during the week, I watched TV during the week because you're a kid. You got to go to school. You can't go out. You know, I would watch TV. I loved watching stuff. Hill Street
Mhm.
Blues. You know, I love old television shows. I mean, I love new ones too. But like I showed the last time we were on, I bought the Emergency on Blu-ray. It's like I love.
Mhm.
We used to be Hollywood used to entertain us. They didn't lecture us. They would sprinkle it in. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that they didn't try to give us wholesome values in episodes of the Waltons. They did. But it wasn't in your face, up your butt. It was just sprinkled in there like natural. Like
Mhm.
Mama Walton, she went to church. She was a church going Baptist. She always went to church. Mr. Walton didn't like going to church. He was a heathen, and they pointed it out that he was a heathen. But they didn't make a big deal about that
Mhm.
she went to church, and they didn't make a big deal that she didn't. And when there was something bad going on, Mama Walton would pray. Made sense. Didn't seem preachy to me. That's the way the world was. If you were a religious person, you'd pray. So
Mhm.
I didn't have a problem with stuff like that growing up. And they weren't preachy. Now it's all in your face. In your face. Look, hey, we got a gay character. Look, look, look. Why? Why do you got to do that? They used to entertain us. They used to entertain us. Now they want to mold you and shape you and turn you into something you're not, or make you believe it. I like to Hollywood should stick to just entertaining people. They should just stick to entertaining people.
Mhm.
You know, even I talk about the old days, but I don't preach. I don't go on the internet and fucking go on and on about this, that, and the other.
Mhm.
I just miss the old days. Little House on the Prairie was a good show. Hell, Highway to Heaven. Highway to Heaven was a show
Yep.
about an angel, and it's less preachy than some of the
Mhm.
shit you see today. And he was an angel.
Yeah.
It's a great show. I own that one too. Some of the stuff that they
Yeah,
did
that
on
is a good one.
Miami Vice, I don't think. The only way you get good edgy shows now is if it's done on cable. Some shows still give you the edge, but it depends on where it comes from. Like I like the Fallout show on Amazon. It's good. But then on the flip of the coin, Amazon also made that Ring of Power, and that was fucking stupid. So studios can still put out good stuff, but they should focus on just letting people make what they want.
Mhm.
Sometimes I picture, look, this is how I look at Hollywood, and I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not there. I don't know. But sometimes I feel these guys write scripts and they go and they give it to the studio, and the studio's like, "Oh, this is really good. I think we're going to make this show." Yes. Then they get a phone call. This show really needs 4 gay people and a tranny. Can you find a way to put 4
Mhm.
gay people and a tranny in this episode or in this show? Yeah, I can. I can. And make sure one of the gay people is black, one's Hispanic, one's Asian. Make sure, that's what I picture. Just like I like
Mhm.
Alien Earth on Hulu. Good show. Don't hate it. But the more and more I think about it, I think I brought this up before. I think it was a show a guy wrote about androids. It was a show a guy wrote about androids. He wanted to make a show about robots and being conscious and aware. And Fox said, "This is awesome.
Mhm.
We're going to go with it." Or Disney, whoever, Disney. "We're going to do it. Awesome." And then they went and said, "You know what would make this show better though? Aliens. Put aliens in it." Because the aliens in Alien Earth don't feel like they fit. Well, they retcon a lot of stuff for one, but it doesn't, like, there's aliens on Earth. Like, it defeats the purpose of the
Mhm.
Alien vs. Predator films, but it just doesn't feel like it was meant to be. Like the aliens was an afterthought, that it was a show about a guy who wanted to put the human conscience, dying people's consciousness into a computer so they could continue to live. I think that's what it was about. And then he
I
said, let's
hate when they do that. Oh,
I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but it feels that way to me. Like I said, it feels like the aliens were an afterthought. Like it was Disney. You know what would make this better? I'm gonna send. You know what? I'm gonna send Rhodes some comments on the script for Camp Out Nightmare. You know what this needs, Rhodes?
have
Needs a tranny. We need to get a tranny in here. Can you write a role
oh
for a tranny?
oh you don't
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
oh. No,
I'm
you
gonna do it.
don't. No, you he. Oh,
I say the
he.
script would be
Oh
better
God. Okay.
if it had a tranny.
No,
It would be so
he
much better.
he
I'm gonna tell him.
he he talked to me because he's thinking now about, like, you know how all these movies now, well, they did it. Okay, so there was My Bloody Valentine, the horror movie from 1981. They
The original.
released a novelization. Yeah, they released a novelization of that 1981 movie, and he said that novelization, he's reading it now, he says it kind of sucks. So he wants to do a novelization for Camp Out Nightmare Resurrecting the Slaughter. So I said, okay. I said, the thing with the novelization is, you know, that makes them good, at least in my opinion, is if you kind of change the story or add something to the story to make it different from what the movie was. So there was a subplot that I had wanted him to include in the film, but he said it would basically, he would have to rewrite the entire thing to include it. So we kind of deep sixed it,
Oh,
for the movie. But I said maybe for the novelization, you can include that into it. And he said, well, yeah, I could do that. He said, but we could make it that the character that we're talking about is a tranny. And I'm just like, no, no, no,
I, I do not.
no.
I come on here and I judge public figures and stuff like that and certain people, but I don't ever judge any by name. If you notice all the
Yeah,
complaining I did today about people on Facebook, they're no names.
yeah,
I don't. I have no problem with gay people. I have no problem with
right.
people who are trans. I don't have a problem with that. My son is
Well,
married.
I have a problem with two gay people, but
Well,
that's
yeah,
for another reason.
because they treated you like shit. They turned their back on you. They evicted you. They lied to you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that, but they're a whole different subspecies of human. But my
Yes.
son is married to a trans person.
Mhm.
His husband was born a woman. So
Mhm.
I have no problem with trans people. I have no problem with gay people. I don't.
Mhm.
You want to put them in movies? Cool. It's just when
Mhm.
they put them in movies and they focus on it like it's,
Right.
look at this, you know,
Yeah.
look at this gay guy. Look at this gay guy. Oh my
Mhm.
God, he's so cute. Look at him. Look at him. Just make
Mhm.
it feel natural. Just make it feel natural.
Right.
Don't, don't,
They don't know how to do that. They
right.
don't know how to do that.
So I don't have a problem. I don't. My only problem, and I'm obviously I'm going on record. My only problem
Mhm.
is the pronoun bullshit. Look,
Mhm.
if you were born a man and you feel like you really should have been a woman, and you're gonna put on a dress and makeup and walk around presenting yourself as a woman, by all
Mhm.
means, I will call you her, ma'am, she, out of respect.
Mhm.
But by golly, I am not going to call people theys, that's, though. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. So if that's the route I got to go with a conversation with somebody, I walk away. Like, oh, excuse me, ma'am. Oh, I prefer they. I just walk off. I'm not even going to talk to you. I'll find somebody else. I'm not
Mhm.
going to. I am the guy. If I go to a grocery store and I have all my shit on the cart, on the rail, and I walk up there. I'm like, "You having a good afternoon, ma'am?" "Oh, I prefer they." I'm gonna put all my shit back in the fucking cart, and I'm gonna go to a different line because I don't even want to talk to you because you get it wrong and they get an attitude. There's no name tag saying they, them. There's none of that. And then you say,
Right.
"Hello, ma'am," or "Hello, sir. I prefer they." Well, I don't know that. And because you're an asshole about it, we're not going to have any more conversation. So, yes, I will say, when it comes to the pronouns, I'm not down with that. I'm not disrespectful. I'm just not going to fucking talk to you. Plain and simple.
Right.
I'm not playing. I'm I'm not playing that game. I'm not. But I have no problems, with if you're a guy and you think you're a woman, that's cool. I'm okay with that. You can live your life because it's your life. I don't got to live it for you. I don't got to live it for you.
Mhm.
So, no, I don't have a problem with it. I can have gay friends all over. I don't care. They're good people, just like me and you. They're normal people. I don't think
Mhm.
because they have sex with the same sex, they're abnormal. I don't think that way. I think they're fine. The pronouns, that's abnormal. People identifying as fish and surfboards and shit like that, that's not normal. And for people to let that go, that's just doing a disservice to society. Oh, I think I'm a fish. You need to be getting help. And shame on the people that are encouraging you. Well, if they think they're a fish, then you should let them think that way. No, don't.
They don't have gills. How can they be fish?
But it's like you're doing them a disservice by
Mhm.
condoning a mental illness.
Yeah.
I don't
That
consider
that
I don't consider homosexuality or transsexuality or anything like that. I know some people do, but I don't consider
right.
it
But
a
that's
mental health issue. But I
I
do,
agree.
I know I pick on furries. And I know it's a fetish, but most of the people in these furry suits still identify as a man or a woman. They just like to have sex weird in suits. I don't get it, but I let it go. But there are people who actually put on not in the suit. They put on makeup.
Mhm.
They try to surgery alter their face to look like cats and shit like no. Just like I don't
Well,
understand just like I don't understand these grown-ups that want to wear diapers. I don't get it. I don't get why you want to pretend to be a baby. I don't get it. It's not right, dude. And people let them do it.
that I mean that yeah, that's kind of like yeah, dude, people go around wearing diapers like grown men and they shit and piss in the diapers and they just walk around. Dude, there was one cuz fucking I still listen to Howard Stern. So and fucking one of these guys went to one of these parties where they had like, you know, guys that they were, men and women who had like the baby fetish. And one of the guys liked the feeling of shit in his diaper and he didn't want to shit. So he got a banana and mashed it up and put it in his fucking diaper
I
and
don't even
walked
like
around with it.
I don't even like when my sock gets wet. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
I
The
know, I
moment
don't get it.
the moment dude, I got out of the shower one time, put my
Mhm.
fucking brand new clean socks on,
Yeah.
walked 2 feet out of the bathroom, accidentally stepped on a fucking a piece of a little just a little spot of water. I immediately took my
Mhm.
socks off and got another pair. I
Oh, I
cannot
know.
wear wet
Dude, it's the
socks.
worst. It is the worst. I know.
I can't imagine people. That's why I feel really bad for my grandson because he's autistic. He doesn't want to
Mhm.
potty train. And I guess when it comes to
Mm.
autistic kids, you got to let it go. You got to let it take its course. And it
Right.
bugs me because I know it's got to be so uncomfortable peeing and shitting on yourself at 5 years old. But I was reading up
Yeah,
on it.
that's
I was reading up on it.
mhm.
I've seen stories of people. This one woman said she has a 13-year-old daughter who's autistic and she's
Mhm.
still in diapers and she
Oh.
started having a period. She says
Oh.
she said it's the most disgusting thing when I have to change her diaper because not only is there poop and pee in there, now there's blood.
Oh, no.
So it so I can't
Oh.
is a difficult time as we're having with Kurtwood. I can only imagine how hard it would be with an autistic girl, because
Oh
there's certain
no.
things that girls have to learn to do. It's got to be super hard.
Oh
Autistic child. And it's
yeah.
like, but Kurtwood, he finally, I don't know if you saw my post, but he finally got his tablet. It's a communication tablet, and
Oh
he
yeah.
can ask,
Okay. You
yeah,
did
he
get
can
that.
ask things because he does talk, but he
Hmm.
mainly just repeats what you say. Like, I'll be like, "Hey,
Right.
Kurtwood," he'll say, "Hey, Kurtwood," but he won't ever talk or ask for anything. He just mocks stuff. Like, if he's watching a cartoon, he'll say, he'll repeat what they say. He
Hmm.
doesn't ever talk with his own words. So
Hmm.
the school is working with the state. He's got a tablet, and it's through the school. But if he proves that he can use it and they prove that it's necessary, Medicaid will pay for him to have his own tablet, so he'll have his own. So we have to keep a chart and a journal every time he uses it to show
Right.
that he uses it. But he does, he uses it. He grabbed
Oh.
it today. He told me he wanted his
Hmm.
plate and his cup, and he said, please, because there's a button that says please and thank you. He's polite. He
Hmm.
knows all that stuff. But it's just, there's so many different degrees of autism that each one
Hmm.
is individually different. Some autistic people go and they get jobs. Some autistic people eh, don't communicate at all. They don't want to hug
Hmm.
anybody. He likes to get hugged, but you gotta let go of him real quick. He doesn't like to
Right.
be cuddled. Now, if he's sad, he'll let you hold him for a little bit longer. But he's still, and
Hmm.
when you go, he'll give you his forehead. He doesn't mind getting kissed. So
Hmm.
autistic children are all different, but they all have this. They all have different challenges. And I see him do things, and it boggles my mind. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine knowing what you want and not being able to
Hmm.
tell anybody. Like, it's gotta.
Oh,
It's
I know.
what does it do
That's.
to before he got his tablet? Back when he was 3 years old or 4 years old,
Hmm.
and he wasn't in school yet, and he wanted something to eat. He would grab our hand and he would walk us to the kitchen. And then we would stand there and we'd put something on the counter and he'd go, no. We'd put something on the counter, he'd go, no. The longer it took us, the more agitated he would get. He would start screaming and he would start hitting you and he would start trying to throw stuff off the counter because he was frustrated. And it would break my heart. I can't give him what he wants, and it would bug me.
Right.
My granddaughter,
Oh.
she's not autistic. She wants something, she asks for it. Hey, I want some water. Well, you're 6 years old. You know where the water bottles are. Go grab a water bottle. But Kurtwood can't, and it's danger. He doesn't
Mhm.
understand danger. They have no concept of danger. Um, if he gets loose, he takes off running. He doesn't look both ways. Murray, you next time you have the show, yeah, show with Murr.
Mhm.
Murr and Chad were sitting in the living room over at Murray's house. The next thing Murray sees is my grandson darting across the street. Murr said he was freaking
Oh.
out. I don't want to see this kid get hit by a car because Oak Hill here, people come down this road fast, fast.
Oh god.
So
Ch
Murray's like, I don't want to see my neighbor's grandson get killed. But yeah, he doesn't know danger, so it scares us.
Oh.
So we have all these
Yeah.
doorknob protectors on the door. My wife said when he gets older and figures those doors out, we're gonna have to get deadbolts where you can only
Yeah.
unlock it with a key on both sides because he'll just
Mhm.
disappear. Autistic kids just disappear. But then he does amazing things that, like his spinny chair. He gets on that chair and he spins so fast, and then he just gets up and walks off because something in their brain, they can't get dizzy. So he
Mhm.
can spin for like 5 minutes straight and then get up and walk around like, he,
Oh,
he,
no
he
shit.
he doesn't get dizzy at all. So he does amazing things, but the one thing he did as a child,
Mhm.
this is gonna freak you out. This is He used to do a lot of bouncing in his crib, and we didn't we thought, my daughter says, that could be a sign of autism, but we weren't sure. But I knew there was
Mhm.
something up with him. He was teething. He was starting to teeth. And one day I saw him on his crib, and he was sliding up and down on his crib like this. But from where I was sitting and where he was, I thought he just, he just had his face on the crib and he was just, doing a dance or something.
Mhm.
My daughter went in there and she's like, "Where's all this blood coming from?"
Oh God.
So we all got up and went into his room. He forced his own. He was rubbing his gums on the crib so his tooth would pop through the gum because it was hurting him. All the pressure on his gums. So he made his own tooth pop out. So that's why he was bleeding. Yeah. So we're nervous when he starts losing teeth that he's just gonna yank them out.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't.
God.
Pain doesn't bother him. Pain doesn't bother him. So yeah, I have never seen a child in my life cut their own teeth like that. It was
God, no.
the most disturbing thing I'd ever seen. Him just because it was cute. Oh look, he's being cute. And then once you realize what he was doing with his gums, I was like, ooh.
Oh God. Oh, that's hardcore shit. Oh.
But I'm not a stuffy old man, and I'm open to a lot of things, but I do have my limits, and I do have my like I don't care what anybody says, and they can argue with me. But if a 6-year-old boy says he thinks he's a girl, someone's influencing him. Okay, let me rephrase that. If there's a 6-year-old boy who likes to dress up in dresses and just feels more comfortable in girls' clothes, I could see that being natural. But just coming out at 6 years old saying, "I'm gay," you're influenced. Because there's no way in hell a 6-year-old's thinking about that kind of thing anyway. So that's the one thing that bugs me. That I don't I mean, obviously the pronouns and whatnot, but it's like we need to go back to being a society that protects children and lets them be kids. Let them be kids. Just like here in town. And I know I brought this up on the shows before. All the people, they hate the teenagers. Oh, these teenagers are just cruising up and down the street. Well, yeah, because they're fucking teenagers. What do you want them to do? Well, they should have they're teenagers. When you were a teenager, you did the same thing. Well, it was different then. No, it's not. A teenager in 1900 is still a teenager in 2005 and 2026. Teenagers are still teenagers. They're young kids or they're young adults. They don't have much purpose. They're trying to figure things out. It's hard enough being a kid and being a teenager. It's difficult. And when you have parents that don't want, because not every parent has supportive, not every parent is a bad parent. And there are very good parents who are not supportive parents. Like you could be a good parent, take care of your kid, go to the grocery store, but then your kid's like, "Hey, where do babies come from? I don't have time for that." Doesn't make you a bad parent. You're just not you're just not a supportive type of person. I didn't teach my kids how to drive because I knew I would have killed them because they would have freaked me out. I would have freaked them out, and then it would have been a big old fight, and then that would have been the end of it. So I didn't teach my kids how to drive, but that was to save them from, being scarred by my bullshit.
Right.
But I'm still a supportive parent. But there's certain things that I don't get and I don't understand and I don't talk about. But we're all like that. But we need to let our kids be kids. Don't try to push them in a direction you want them to go. Guide them in the direction they want to go into, but don't push them. Guide them. When you find out something, like if I had found out at 10 years old, my son had been like, I really feel closer to boys. I wouldn't have turned it into a gay sex thing. I just would have been like, okay, well, let's see how things go. Spend time with kids, spend time with boys, spend time with girls. We'll see how it goes when you get older. My son was 12 years old or 13 years old and says, yeah, I think I'm gay. I'm going to support him. Why? Because that's his choice. I didn't push him there. He found that himself. So I'm going to guide him. I don't like rap music for the most part, or I don't like dance music, not rap, dance music and stuff like that. My daughter loves it. I never tried to influence her. Oh no, well, this Ozzy thing's better, or this Guns N' Roses is a lot. I just let her do her thing. And that's what people are trying to influence children all the way to young parents to politicians to teachers. Teachers. Teachers are
Mhm.
supposed to spark imagination and guide children. Yes, you're supposed to educate them. Math, English, science. Teach them how to play football. Teach them how to play basketball. Teach them how to be, to do drafting. Yeah, you're supposed to teach, but that's all you're
Mhm.
supposed to do. And when if someone comes to you as a teacher and starts questioning their sexuality, that's when a teacher's supposed to say, "Well, hold on a minute. Let's find a third party to talk to." Because the teacher's got to protect themselves. But you also,
Right.
in high school situations, you've got to show support. But nowadays, teachers seem like they just want to give their 2 cents.
Mhm.
And it's let them figure it out on their own. Be there to catch them when they fall. Definitely be there to catch them when they fall. But you got to support them. Like all the shit that you're going through angers me to death. But I've told you that in
Mhm.
private. It angers me to death. And I'm not going to get into it on here because it's private. But what's happening to you is bullshit. And I have stuff in place so that doesn't happen to my children.
Good. Very good.
Right. And that's how a parent's supposed to be. I let my kids
Mhm.
do their thing. I let my kids do their thing. Now, do I ridicule them sometimes and pick on them? Yes. That's cuz I'm a troll dad. But at the end of the day, I let them do what they're going to do. I'm going to let my grandkids do what they want. It's a little
Mhm.
different. I'm on a different level now. When I was a parent, I did have some strictness, but I also let them be kids. There's less strictness as a grandparent. Like, I
Mhm.
wouldn't let my kids eat that much candy. I let my grandkids eat like twice as many candies. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
grandpa is a spoiler. So of course my daughter
Yes.
now fights with me. Dad, don't give that to her. Well, I can give it to her. I'm like, that's what grandpas do. My daughter gets upset because she lives with us. She goes, well, that would make sense if you were a grandfather that didn't live with her, but you live with her. Quit giving her that. So I have to find that happy medium so I don't upset my daughter. But like I was saying, like before I got on the tangent, it's like the kids today. I would rather kids be hanging out, goofing off. No, I don't like when they go to restaurants and they start throwing food and being assholes. That's different.
Mm.
But
Right.
there could be a group of teenagers in a McDonald's being maybe a little above the normal level of vocalization, but they're not being rude. They're not laughing at people. They're just laughing about stuff on their phone, laughing about their day a little loudly.
Mhm.
I let it go. It's not ruining my meal. I let it go because they're kids. People, oh, we should go up to get them tossed out of here. Let's get them thrown out of the Why? Why do you want to? A lot of these kids are growing up hating the world because they're treated poorly.
Mhm.
And I'm very much an advocate for children and teenagers to be left alone, guided, not steered. Let them make the mistakes, be there to catch them when they fall because you just keep going at them. Don't do this, don't do this. I never once had a drug talk with my children. Never.
Mhm.
Did they experiment with drugs? Yes, they did. Are any of them drug addicts? No. But I guarantee you, if I had been in their face, no, 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 I might have actually created a drug addict.
Yeah.
So I just let them go. Just let them go. You don't have to. I guess they call them. I guess they called them these in the '90s. I don't know if they still call them this, but I know it was in the '90s and 2000s. There was a word going around, the helicopter parent. I don't know if they still use that.
Mhm.
Okay,
I think they do. Yeah.
okay, you can't be a helicopter parent. You got to find that
Mhm.
happy medium to where you know they're okay, but they don't know you're hovering. You gotta fucking and I just wish people would just That's it. You get my point. Kids need to be left
Mhm.
to do kid things. There's, I think there's less. I think there's less teen pregnancy now than there was back in my day. It seemed like every day back in the '80s. It seemed like every day some girl was disappearing. Hey, what happened to Tabitha? She got pregnant. Oh, okay. I mean, it seemed like they were dropping like flies back in the '80s. Hey, girls got pregnant
Dude,
like crazy.
when I think I said, I don't know if I said it here, but I know I said it on other shows through the years, but when I was in 8th grade, there was a girl that sat next to me in global studies, and she was pregnant.
See, when I went to high school, I think it was mainly a liability issue. They went
Mhm.
to a special school when they got pregnant because they didn't want them to have a problem, miscarry, get hurt. It was a liability issue. I know nowadays you can go to school when you're pregnant and, they say it was a liability issue. I'm thinking it was a shame. Like, well, if all these other girls see you pregnant, they're going to want to get pregnant. I don't know what the thought process. I can't get into the head of a boomer, so I don't know what the
Mhm.
boomers were thinking, you know? But most of the schools were still being run by the silent generation, I think, when I was a kid.
Mhm.
The teachers were boomers, but the board of education was probably a bunch of, you know, people born in the 30s. But I just I nowadays I know they can still go to school, but I don't know. I don't see. But then again, I'm not around a bunch of teenagers, so I don't know. But I don't know if the teen pregnancy rate has dropped. I don't know if their kids are actually being safe now and actually, using condoms and shit like that. I'm not. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't pay attention to that kind of thing because my kids are grown up. I don't really. The only thing I know about kids these days is what I see on the internet. You know, when they do stupid shit like 6'7", like what the fuck's wrong with you? So I do, or eating Tide Pods and cinnamon challenges. That kind of stuff
Mhm.
makes me go, what the fuck? But you know, okay,
Wait, they literally eat fucking Tide Pods?
you don't remember that bullshit a couple years back? Was maybe 5-6 years? Yeah, they were eating Tide Pods on TikToks and
Dude,
shit. Like that's what I'm saying.
but
Look, I
you'd be
understand letting
dead.
kids be kids, but if your kids are eating something that says "do not eat poisonous" on it, you did something wrong as a
Yeah.
parent. You did.
Shh.
You did.
Dude, you'd be dead. What in the fuck is wrong with them?
So, but yeah, if the kids want to cruise, that's fine. They want to go a little faster in their Hondas, that's fine. They just have to pay the price for when they get pulled over or they get in a car accident, and if they hurt somebody, that's on them. But we can't, I just like I said, I don't want to lose my freedoms to protect the world. We need to figure a way to protect ourselves without taking away other people's rights. So
Mhm.
but I guess I'll call it a good day. Been on for 2.5 hours, bitching and moaning. I sound like a boomer. My birth certificate says otherwise, but I know I sound like one. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Everybody's got their gripes, but that's the whole point. This is my
Yeah.
show, so I'm griping on my
Mhm.
show. I'm not coming to your page and griping on your page. And if anybody ever wanted to come on here and tell me I'm a fool, that's their right too. I don't have a problem with
Mhm.
that. Open, because sometimes I am a fool and sometimes I get it wrong. We all do. I'm not
Mhm.
perfect, but I have a certain set of beliefs and I stand by them.
Mhm.
I'm not a religious person. I don't really have any faith or belief in God or anything like that, but I have a higher power belief,
Mhm.
whether it be, I don't know, but I know about religion. I was born and raised a Catholic.
As was I.
Yeah, my family was Catholic on my dad's side. My mom was a
Mhm.
Catholic because she converted when she married my dad, but her family was Baptist, so I spent a lot of time in Baptist church because I grew up in
Oh,
Georgia.
jeez.
So I know all about the Catholics. I know all about the Baptists. You know, I even study Satanism and Anton LaVey. You know,
Ah.
I research stuff. I don't let people. I learn for myself. Yes, I went to
Mhm.
school but once I learned how to use a dictionary or use an encyclopedia and do research, somebody would
Mhm.
say something to me and I would research it. Just like now,
Yeah.
I see something on Facebook, immediately I Google it and I look into it. I don't ask AI. I do the deep dive and research myself to find out if it's true.
Mhm.
Like you posted something one day, I said, that's not true. You're like, yeah, it is. I just saw it. The only thing, the only thing that I take 100% pure face value is
Mhm.
TMZ. If TMZ posted, it's fucking true. I don't know why,
Right.
but it's true.
Mhm.
We knew Michael Jackson was dead because of them before they even announced Michael Jackson was dead, and no one believed them. I think
Mhm.
that was the cornerstone of okay. If TMZ says it, it's true.
Yeah.
So,
100% at
right.
that point.
So I don't know. I, I don't. I'm not a big faith person, but I have values. But I don't begrudge other people. You know,
Mhm.
you wanna preach, you wanna read your Bible, you wanna go to church every Sunday. What gets you through the day is all you need. And if it's religion, it's nobody
Well,
else's business what you do. So I don't, you know,
mm,
I don't, you know, when people post religious stuff, I look at it and then I move on. If I think they're full of shit and I don't agree with it, I move on. You know, if it's a friend, a stranger, I just move on. There's just no reason. Like I said, the only people I
mm,
bombard are corporate entities because those fuckers need to be taught a lesson. And you can
mm,
email them 20 times and all they want to do is tell you to restart your modem. So, no, I will fucking
mhm.
attack corporate, you know, I will get a hold of them. But
Mm.
anyway,
Well,
so
I will be honest with you. If I hear one more person tell me that they've been praying and that God will help me, I swear I'm going to scream because that's all I've been hearing, especially the last 2 weeks or so. Jesus Christ, it's like, oh,
you know, if
just
somebody
it doesn't
says,
stop.
you know, if I got hurt and I posted something
Mhm.
and someone said I'm praying for you, I'm gonna say thank you, especially if it's a friend. But I would prefer them just to say, you know, I'm having a good thought. You know what I mean? That's more,
Mhm.
or I hope everything works out. You don't have to pray for me. Just have a good thought.
Right.
But I'm not gonna
Right.
be rude. You know, if somebody on my friends list said, well, you know, I'm praying for you, I'm gonna thank them because in their mind, that's
Yeah.
what they think is, you know, so I'm not gonna begrudge them for that. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I mean, God gave you the legs. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I
I
mean,
I I mean, honestly, I've said to, like, those people, I said, "If anything, the things that I've been dealing with for the past almost 2 years is proof enough that there isn't a God."
you can't even get laid.
Because exactly. I'm
So,
going buddy, it's gonna be 16 years before you know it.
jeez.
16 years, Paul. 16 years.
Well, on that thought, what shows what do you have? What does Rabbit and Red have coming up?
Well, Freak Radio is tonight at 11, new episode. Um, tomorrow should be anything Posy. I didn't get that from him yet, but he usually doesn't send it till like tomorrow. Um, the current cut will return on February 9th,
Okay.
and Tuesday should be Rabbit and Red. Um, because I think Backwoods was last week, so I believe Rabbit and Red will be Tuesday this week coming.
Okay.
Um, Thursday will hopefully be this again next week, and it'll be my last one in this setup, so we'll see how that goes. And Rabbit and Red TV stuff, that'll be back on starting Saturday. And am I allowed to say that in February that, what the hell are we having of yours that's going to be over here too, I think, starting in February? I think that is. Is that what yeah.
You'll have to tell me off the air. I don't know. I don't remember what I said. So you'll have to tell me off air.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you off air, and we'll
Okay.
we'll confirm it next time.
All right.
But
So that's it.
February.
It's it.
That's it. That's it for right now. Yeah.
I got some good stuff this weekend on Rabbit and Red TV. So especially the Dark Side of Animation. Make sure y'all watch that Sunday night.
Oh, very excited for that.
For me, for GTN, while Murray's got his technical difficulties, it's just me and Ken. So Saturday, I'm doing a pop block. Two Saturdays in a row of pop, but not just any pop, but classic 80s pop, Gen X pop. So the album that I chose for Saturday night at 8 p.m. is Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Ooh.
Yep. And then I'm gonna wait and I already recorded both of them, but I'm not gonna tell you what the next one is. But Michael Jackson's Thriller is like if Gen X had a Bible, Michael Jackson's Thriller would be a chapter in that Bible. So
I own that on vinyl. That was great.
Yeah. So that's going to be Saturday at 8. And then on Tuesdays, you have Getting Livid with Ace at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central. And that's it. And then, of course, this music sideshow, I've been having some difficulties. So it hasn't been on in a while. I think, 2 weeks? It was gone. It wasn't on for a month. And then I was on for a week. And then I haven't been on since.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be back Wednesday. But that's still here. I just been having some problems. But, and then hopefully this will be next week. Hopefully everything works out and I'm back next week. So I guess with that, I'll play the theme song and we'll get the hell out of here. So until next time, I'm Grandpa the Nerd and that Slacker Boy. And we'll be back next week. Say goodbye, Slacker Boy.
Bye.